We're here, we're live. Bree's talking about a vibrator. Welcome in, everyone.
Greetings and obeisances.
Look, this isn't my fault. You all decide to talk about this sort of thing seconds before we go live.
You're the one who brought it up.
No, I didn't. Your phone vibrated and I said something is going vroom vroom. And that's it. That's all I said.
Yeah, it sounds like it's your fault, Nick.
What? Anyway, welcome in, everyone.
I'm getting GM foreshadowing of how it's going to be impossible to power through these types of conversations in the session.
Hey, just be glad we did an intro with everyone shouting mechs.
Yeah.
But you know what you can shout?
It's not too late.
Happy birthday, Nick.
No. No. No.
I like the way that Pixel's Discord avatar is just sort of looming over from behind us on the stream.
Constantly, yeah.
We don't prepare anything.
Yeah, it's like
he's the villain.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he's the villain of a pulp novel.
Yeah, he is. It's called The Good of Icon's Adventures.
I can make a version that is like slightly faded to complete that effect for you. Hey everyone, welcome to the latest shit show.
He also needs like hands that are just sort of doing the like puppet motions over all of us.
If you've got a nice cozy drink with you, maybe a little snack, and you're feeling a bit tired, then you're in the perfect mood for this session. Because Trycons, as you were all at Trycon Tower, you hear a knock on the door. We're beginning right now. I am not giving Nick the opportunity to give control over to me.
That's good.
Okay.
Seize the moment, Pixel.
The initiative, yeah. So Inoltrare in Trycon Tower has been drinking nothing but caffeinated beverages for the last 6 hours. No, I'm kidding. He's feeling drowsy already, but he goes to the door and he opens it up.
There is a small, what appears to be some kind of, you wouldn't refer to them as this, but the character archetype would be Cockney Orphan. Sorry. Hello, mister.
Cheese.
It's a Kenku, why not? Or a bird folk of the flightless variety.
An ostrich.
Sure, why not? It's a Cockney ostrich.
A cockstrich.
I think we're making big mistakes. We don't want to be stretching cocks here on HisCursedness.tv.
Well, let me tell you a story about a guy.
Oh no! No! Absolutely not.
So we convened at 7:30 today to play some tabletop.
I'm extremely tired. Nimbus has been casting sleeplessness on me for like the last 3 days.
Your player character has been casting this spell on you.
Yep.
For 3 days before you knew that you could cast sleeplessness.
Oh no, I knew I've had it for ages. It's a ritual, in fact, so it can just be continually cast on me.
Okay, well, the Cockney Ostrich looks up to Inoltrare, or rather, looks face to face, because you're pretty much the same size. Hello, mister. Express delivery just for you.
Do you even know who I am?
You're, And they look at the package. You're one of the nerds of the tower, yeah?
Well, if it says one of the nerds at the tower, it's not really an express delivery just for me, is it?
Well, it's express delivery for the nerds of the tower.
But not just for me, that's what you said.
Well, I'm sorry, I forgot your hopes up for something a bit more personal.
I thought maybe it was an orb.
Oh, I suppose my pay's going to be done then.
Yeah. That happens a lot to us kids.
Oh, we have to ask you to fill out the satisfaction survey.
No, thank you.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm really busy. I've got to shampoo my cat.
if you don't fill out the survey, then it's even worse than if you give me a negative review.
Oh.
He
that,
appears to immediately fill out the survey.
that
Want to
must be
save
really...
Inoltrare from the anxiety. Two, because their mum said you always give her a positive review.
That must be
Always.
really, really bad. Fee, there's a package for one of us. It says the nerds at Trycon Tower, and I guess that might mean you as well, because you basically live here.
Oh, is that the name of this place, Trycon Tower?
I mean, we're workshopping it.
Says the nerds of this tower, and then it's got a little map that's crudely drawn leading to this location.
Well, we not made it official. I've just been thinking about it.
Can I look at the map to check if that is actually supposed to lead someone to this tower?
It is. Well, you know, it's a good first pitch. It's got an iteration. How to stick in the mind.
Yeah, I guess it does. I guess I'm not sold on the word Trycon. Like, try kind of assumes we're not going to succeed, you know?
What's it in relation to?
I don't really know. I think it's like a play on the Guild of Icons.
Are you part of the Guild of Icons?
Well, it's complicated, but I feel like we should end this conversation soon before my voice gets any higher.
You're right. That does tend to happen. You're an orphan, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, right. I didn't know.
it happens to both of us. How I could tell you were an orphan as well.
Oh, thank you for filling out the satisfaction survey.
Yeah, of
Yanks
course.
into salute.
Here, something for you. One orphan to another. I hand him a gold piece.
He clips it with his beak. Like, real generous of you. I'm off now.
Thank you very much.
He limps away, and you close the door, and your voice starts to gradually reset to its regular anxiousness.
Wonder what that was, Thee. Like, a box just for
I
us?
believe that was a courier.
No, I mean, I know what a courier is.
This movie.
I meant the box.
Oh, that could be anything.
Should we find out?
A box contains many mysteries in Inoltrare. So many mysteries that can be solved by opening.
I'm just waiting for you to.
He makes their cape billow.
I'm just waiting for you to not want to find out, and then this turns into the session where the Guild of Icons just get a box and have some fun with it.
We're not cats.
Boxes are fun.
I mean, but we are playing kids, so logically we would care about the box more than what's in it.
Tilly jumps down and pads at the box.
Well, careful,
What's that,
Tilly.
Tilly?
It could be anything. It could be an orb.
The cat has spoken.
Nimbus
I
wanders
can-
over and
I'm
picks
sorry,
it
I
up. It's like, this is big enough. We could turn it into a rocket.
Inoltrare, make
What a
me
rocket is.
make me a flat intelligence check.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. That's 21.
So the thing about orbs is that they are spherical in nature, and the thing about this box is that it is long and flat.
So
This
it
doesn't
could be a
exclude the
lot of orbs in.
Be a series of orbs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, God.
Inoltrare, it could be a load of very small orbs. You know, like how rogues always seem to have a bag of ball bearings on them they never use.
Do they? Is that a rogue thing? What do they do with them?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you
know.
said they never use them.
Yeah, they pull out a compilation of the adventures of Grim Shadows and spend like 10 seconds finding a page. Look, here. It says right here. Rogues always carry a bag of ball bearings, and they never use it.
Huh.
Mysteriously.
Maybe it's a religious thing.
Huh. I never considered rogues might be a religion. Like wizards.
But
We are slowly venturing into that reality where you don't open the package, and it is an episode about faffing around with the box.
I mean, whilst Sophie and
decided
Inoltrare are having this conversation, Nimbus just wanders over and picks up the box and just opens it and starts taking things out.
oh, Nimbus, careful! There could be an orb in there.
Thank you.
Is there an orb in there?
And make sure Tilly gets the box.
You're not sure why, Nimbus, but you feel like there is an ethereal presence that is just thanking you.
Okay. Whatever is in the box, Nimbus just takes out and starts handing to Fee and Inoltrare, and then takes the box and puts it over his head.
Okay, well, Fee, you were handed the thing first. Inoltrare, there isn't a second thing, so you're empty-handed.
I hold out my hand and receive nothing.
Nimbus is still putting things out as if there is more to come. It's like, there's loads in here, sure. Here you go.
There's some of that paper packaging that's put in to stabilize it while it's...
I receive that. Nimbus thinks that's a separate item that has been put in the box.
There's loads of them. Is this the orbs you're after? It gets out these tiny polystyrene balls.
Those are protective things for the package, you know, to keep it safe.
Ah, protective orbs.
Fee, it's the book that was given to you all by Scribe down in the library.
You know what, Nimbus? Why don't you keep hold of these? They might keep you safe in a fight. Put them in your pockets or something.
It's okay, I never get in fights.
Oh, but we've been in like several already. Like, we've spent more time that I've known you fighting than not fighting.
Is that what those were? Okay.
Oh,
it's just having a dance and stuff, right?
what did you think a fight was?
Well, now I know. And that's what I've always known.
Oh.
Oh, hey, it's this book we got from the library.
Ooh, did we go to the
Fee.
library? Oh, that's where I got this thing. And he pulls out the brooch thingy that's stabbed into his arm.
The clasp that you have pierced through the epidermis of your arm. Yes. It's wonderful
It's nice
visual.
He actually sent us the book. That's cool. I thought he was just going to keep it.
Fee, you're not sure why, but you hear an ethereal voice from beyond comprehension. Just thank you.
We'll all get a turn
Welcome.
at doing this.
Voice in my head.
So you already had the book. Utri took it because Utri was the only one who could translate it. This appears to be not the original book, but a filled out book that originally was empty.
Isn't that all books in a pre-industrial society?
Yes, but you're picking up from context clues without even needing to roll that Utri bought an empty book and then filled it out to translate it for you.
Okay.
And within the book, you find a list of the 8 armaments of the gods.
I wonder what Utri's doing right now. Smash cut to Utri destroying someone in a fight club somewhere underground.
He knows what a fight is.
Well, Inoltrare, Yeah, no, roll me a wisdom culture check.
Ooh. Would streetwise apply?
Oh, actually, that's even better. Yeah, just wisdom.
Oh no,
streetwise.
that's my culture specialty.
Well then, yeah, add your
A little expertise die.
your expertise die.
So that is 16 plus 4 is a unnatural 20.
You know that for some reason, there's been kind of like a shift of presence on the streets, and you're not sure what's caused it, but Utri has been staying in more and more.
Utri's been staying in more and more lately. I don't know what's happened.
And he does like books, right? Maybe he just likes to stay in and read.
Utri uses she.
Sorry.
You explain to Nimbus that that girl that was following you around at the beach was Utri,
Oh.
and who accompanied you to the library.
And that's what a girl is. Gotcha.
Being on the material plane for 15 years, folks.
Very sheltered upbringing. Doesn't understand gender. In fact, canonically does not understand gender.
Canonically doesn't understand a lot of things. We're coming
Yeah,
to
this is
realize
very
about
true.
him.
Yes.
Which ironically suits Fee just fine.
I read in a book once that that when people hit a certain age, they start going through weird changes. I wonder if it's something like that.
Yeah, they start to go into adulthood, and then suddenly all of the words that they talk become like.
I think
do
it
that all the
involves going
time.
into like a chrysalis and coming out like a butterfly with wings.
Ooh. How many wings are you gonna get?
I don't know. I haven't I mean, most adult dwarves don't seem to have wings, so maybe I won't get any.
I wonder
So-
if the Evilites get wings.
Fee, you open up the book, and you see
I?
a note. I don't know. Do you? you can
Yeah.
opt not to open the book.
I mean, to be fair, at this point I know what's inside the book, so presumably I opened it.
Yes, you open it, and on the first page there is a note from Utri explaining that she's going to be busy for the next while, and she's not mentally in a good place right now. But that she has done her best to translate the contents of the book that are that seem relevant to what you want to track down.
Inoltrare nods sagely. Ah, yeah. The chrysalis time.
We should send a fruit or something.
Does fruit help if you're in a chrysalis? I heard you're meant to send, like, ice cream.
Ooh. We had that at the beach.
Yeah. That's what we should
as-
do today. Go and find ice cream.
You can abandon the quest and go and find ice cream.
And never sleep again.
Is there any more to that note? I love it when people put notes in books. It's like when you get the editorial in a newspaper.
Nimbus, those are pages. You get pages in books. They're not notes.
There is a little bit more to the note. It says, P.S. Don't die or I'll kill you.
See, that's nice, isn't it?
Is it?
He looks a little scared.
It's very personal.
It's a threat.
No, it's a encouragement.
I don't feel very encouraged.
I do.
Maybe she will. Maybe she will arrange to have us resurrected and kill us again.
That just means we're going to go through the pain of death twice.
Well, no,
Exactly.
thrice actually, because we'd have to have died for her to then kill us, and then she'll resurrect us and kill us.
Fee, as
What?
you thumb As you thumb through the book, you start seeing the different names of these items. There's Fontaine Sling, an unusual sling with fine sand in place of rope and smooth stone in place of leather. Looks as if it should fall apart at any moment. It never loses a grain, and its durability is unquestionable. You read that the last account of this deific armament places it at the center of Fontaine's shifting labyrinth underneath Korakii. There is Ignova's scabbard, a large scabbard carved from a mighty and ancient tree. The bark's texture is reminiscent of rising flame, functionally useless without its sister hilt. The last account of this deific armament places it at the hearth under earth. There is Insomnia's Retractor, a retractor that gleams with crystalline structure, the appearance of which is reminiscent of the cosmos. The last account of this deific armament places it in the middle of the Dreamplane.
He makes a mental note to ask their parents what a retractor actually is.
You know, like a protractor? Well, this is like the opposite.
Great job, Inoltrare.
It destroys farming implements.
No,
a retractor is when you retracting is when you pull something out. So it's for pulling things out.
No, like a protractor measures angles, so a retractor probably unmeasures them, right?
No, remeasures.
As Inoltrare and Nimbus begin debating on this, you continue thumbing through. You recognize one of these. It's Lol's clasp, because you can see it on Nimbus's wrist.
Oh, hey, snap!
Yeah, B does the whole Homer Simpson thing of holding up the picture and pulling it down. It's like, why doesn't it look like that?
My one's shinier.
A silver clasp used to hold a cape or shawl resembling a miniature mirror with intricate trimming.
Ooh, I should get a cape to hang on it. Arm cape.
A cape exclusively for your arm.
Yeah, I can get you one of my old ones.
This will add a Smash Brothers Brawl mechanic in which occasionally you may trip as you're moving.
Can I get a cape of billowing on my arm? You know, my arm billows.
The last account of this deific armament is Lost Time. There's Morian's Whip, a whip constructed from the vertebrae of various creatures. Though finely crafted and carved, it always feels cold to the touch and has an unsettling aura. The last account of this deific armament places it at Voy Pierre. There's Petrogor's Lance, a stainless steel lance so polished you can see a reflection in it. Crashing waves and whirling winds are etched from tip to the vanplate. The last account of this deific armament places it at the edge of a high cliff on an island near Papagolos. Preteritus' spear, a simple spear, unassuming in every way. Pageantry confers little to no tactical benefit whatsoever. Certainly none that is not outperformed by surprise. Last account of this deific armament places it in the Emerald Forest.
I'd have thought Preteritus' thing would be a bug.
The Quarreling Lover's Rod. A rod with a propensity for changing in appearance across ages and acquirers. It has taken too many forms to count. Last account of this deific armament places it somewhere in Korakii.
Maybe we should just go there, get that. It's just across the bridge.
Wait, is Korakii different to Korakii?
It's complicated.
That
Right.
was a great war.
Nimbus, you would have been 5 for this. There was a civil war in which a huge chunk of Korakii sought independence and became Korakii.
They really should have changed the name like more distinctly.
Fee, we can't really go across the bridge. The bridge is broken.
Never stopped anyone before, eh?
We could take the ferry.
You know how this is called, like, the Sundered City? Like, it's not just, like, a name?
Yes, I knew that from my basic education, and remembered it. Felix says nervously.
Was Bree... Not Bree, was... I almost maligned you directly, Bree, there. Was Fee homeschooled?
Yes, they they literally lived in the sewers, of course they were. Like, they probably did. First time they went to try going to school, they probably did get bullied a lot.
Well, maybe we should put it up to a vote what we go find, but, like, maybe we did that earlier and there was a small amount of discord, but I think we came together and decided one, I feel like. I kind of saw it in the cheese.
I feel like maybe I dreamed it, but maybe it happened when I was asleep.
Yeah, that's what the cheese does.
Right. I'm undecided if I should eat more or less of the cheese.
Well, considering where the one we're going after is, we probably want to eat a lot more cheese.
Okay, cheese it is then.
Yes, the ancient ritual of the cheese strat.
Well, because if you eat cheese before you go to sleep, you get weird dreams. And where we're going to need some weird dreams, right?
Maybe we need less weird dreams so it's easier.
I don't know about that. Like, if we have a normal dream, we might just go, oh, that's boring, and wake up. What if you dream that you need to do a test in your homeschool?
Maybe the prize at the end of the test will be the artifact we seek. Again, I don't feel like revising.
I've never been to school.
Yeah, Nimbus would do really badly if we were stuck in your dream, Fee. So let's eat a lot of cheese instead.
I'll be honest, Inoltrare. You had me sold at eat lots of cheese.
Yay! I'll go get the special reserve.
Inoltrare, as you run to get some cheese, you accidentally knock into Felix.
Ah! Oh. Ah. Felix, I thought you'd be asleep. On account of you always being asleep.
What's this about dreaming?
The notorious Felix, the catnap.
We were gonna have a nap and maybe eat some cheese, but not in that order. I'm practicing my divination.
You're practicing your divination by sleeping.
Yeah. Interpreting dreams and such.
On Iromancy. You should be familiar. Wizard Felix.
Inoltrare, do you want to make a deception check?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Oh, I have a feature that actually applies here. It's rare. I can use intelligence for deception/persuasion related to any academic specialty and gain an expertise die on that. Now, my academic specialty is in either the planes or in prophecy, and I am lying about prophecy, and the truth is about the planes. So would you say that I can use intelligence in this case? Because I'm basically doing scientific bluffing.
I assist.
I'm gonna give you the intelligence thing. Fee, I don't think you know enough about this topic to assist, unless like you've got a good Arcana score.
Okay. Can I cast guidance?
You could cast guidance, but Felix would see you doing it.
I thought you'd say that. No, I don't. And no, I don't have a good Arcana score. I have history.
That is a natural 2 for 14.
For 14? Wow.
Damn.
I'm very, very good at magic.
It is pretty good for a natural 2. But Felix does look at you with kind of like eyebrows raised of, you have never expressed any interest in this type of foretelling before? And then...
It's the sleeping wizard decides to act like an authority.
His eyes shift toward the book. And he says, new reading material?
It was a gift from a friend.
Yeah,
He says completely truthfully.
It's fees. It's from Utri. You remember Utri?
I do. Look, what are you getting up to?
Well, I mean, Utri found us a book about gods.
I mean, there's a lot of books about gods.
Well, we thought we'd read it and maybe, like, you know, apply some of the lessons to see if we can improve our magic.
What are some of the lessons in it?
You should eat a lot of cheese and then go to sleep.
You should eat a lot of cheese and go to sleep. That's advice in relation to the gods.
I think it was about telling the future.
Look, if you do something dangerous, I need to know what it is so that I can bail you out of it.
Okay.
Since when?
I was thinking maybe we'd go to the Plane of Dreams and find a deific armament. I thought maybe it'd be a good night out.
A, that's a night in. B, what do you know about the Plane of Dreams?
Well, you gotta be sleepy to get there, silly.
What do you know mechanically about the Plane of Dreams?
DM, what do I know mechanically about the Plane of Dreams?
Well, roll me an Arcana check and add any bonuses you have in the planes.
Oh yeah, that's my specialty.
Can I cast guidance?
You can cast guidance because I presume this is not something you feel the need to be hiding.
Yeah.
Guidance
yeah,
is
so
a
that based
bonus D4, right?
you gain an expertise die. So if it's a if you don't already have one, it's a D4. But obviously, if it's you already have an S.
Bump it up to a D6 and roll the 1.
Bump it up to
Exactly.
a D8 actually. My expertise die is a D6 because wizards are that
nice.
good. Okay. Oh, I've rolled very well. Hang on. I'm gonna do a lot of numbers. 31.
Inoltrare, you know that the Plane of Dreams is a plane that is connected to the material plane through a few different layers, but is connected directly to pretty much every dream of every creature that's intelligent enough to dream. You know that if you find yourself there, it is particularly dangerous. You can accidentally get there from a dream. But the problem is, once you're in the plane of dreams, if you can't get back to your own dream and wake up, you will starve. Your consciousness will pretty much be disconnected from your body. And if you die while in the plane of dreams, your consciousness is gone. There is no way it gets back. You starve pretty much in the same way.
I relay all of that.
Felix and says, "Is there any reason why you're supposed to be teaching Inoltrare? Seems like he knows more than you."
Fee. Make me a wisdom insight check.
Okay.
So I figured the obvious solution is we'll just take snacks.
Ooh, would you like snacks? Are we going to take cheese?
Yeah!
Natural one.
Yeah, Inoltrare is smarter than Felix. Obviously, Felix didn't say all of that. Inoltrare did, which means that Felix must not know any of it. He must be super embarrassed because he's raising his eyebrow at you.
Felix, what do you know about the plane of dreams?
Felix extremely smug.
More than you.
Go on.
He continues to look smug.
Look, your friend already nailed it. Okay, all of the points that are important to you and what you're trying to do.
Smugness intensifies.
Here's a question. How are you going to get to the plane of dreams?
Cheese.
Cheese is how you get to sleep. How do you get to the plane of dreams after that?
The confidence of that cheese.
Sleep cheese?
I love Nimbus so much.
Let me dial it back a bit. Getting to sleep isn't the problem. Everyone goes to sleep pretty much all the time.
Oh, I don't.
I think elves don't do that much.
It was general metaphor. Anyway, getting to sleep, not the problem. Getting to the plane of dreams is the problem.
Is it a bit like getting to the astral plane? Because I can't do that one either.
You could get to the dream heart by going through the astral plane, although that's a completely different type of danger, and you would be searching for quite a while, considering that it is, as far as we know, infinite.
What if
Yeah,
we
I'm
try
not
to
supposed to
go
go to the
to
astral
sleep
planes yet. That's
while
later.
we're sleeping?
If you go to sleep while you're sleeping, the dream will just progress to a different point.
Oh, okay.
Look, to get to the dream plane purposefully, you need to be incredibly lucid while you're in the dream.
My parents said I'm always lucid.
I presume they mean that in a different manner.
Oh.
Okay, so how do we get lucid?
Well, you could practice for years.
No, that won't work. Is there a
That sounds like
shortcut?
a long time.
There is a shortcut. But first I gotta ask. Why are you trying to find Eight Armaments?
Well, it might be fun.
Oh, it's in a prophecy.
It's in a
We
prophecy.
think it might help our friend.
I thought it might be fun.
You think it might help Utri?
I thought it might be fun.
Oh, no, you know, our friend Morgan. The creepy kid. We think he might be in trouble somehow, so we reckon that he's looking for them. So if we find them, we might be able to find him and help him.
Yep.
If he's sweating a little.
Give me a charisma persuasion check.
Okay. Would you count this as negotiation?
No.
Okay. Putting the stars away, that's another nat 1.
Look, I can't stop you from doing this. But do you know if this is gonna help your friend?
We don't know anything, but we might as well try.
Look, Inoltrare, you understand how dangerous this is going to be, right?
Sure, but we've dealt with dangerous before.
I just want to make sure that you're going into this with some notion of a plan of how it's going to pan out in case you're successful, to make sure that it's worth the risk that you're taking on.
Yeah, I've prepared lightning bolt.
We'll have Ringo to protect us.
Wait, who's Ringo?
Oh, Ringo's
The gestures to the talking tree that's apple tree that's been following us around the entire time.
Well, you probably didn't see me, because I'm miniature.
I didn't. That's the first time I've noticed this.
Well, it's nice to be noticed, even after however long I've known you.
I don't know, like
every time.
2 weeks? Have I known you two? Well, I've not known you 2 weeks. I've known you like for about 10 seconds since you started talking to me. But hi, nice to meet you, Ringo. Thanks for protecting us. What do you do?
If you've been around for 2 weeks, it sounds like you maybe should have noticed me sooner. I can't do. That's a not today accent.
All right. Well, yeah. Apparently, we got the tiny tree. What would you suggest, Felix?
I have a collection of incenses. I can hang them up, and if you fall asleep in the midst of the incense, it'll make your dreams incredibly lucid.
Cool.
It's
Is
your
this the
quickened.
stuff I saw you buying from someone in a shady alleyway one time?
I buy lots of things from lots of people in lots of shady alleys. You're gonna have to narrow it down tremendously.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
Now, when I say incredibly lucid, I mean when you go into your dream, you're not going to be able to manipulate it all that much. In fact, because you're pretty much doing this for the first time, you won't be able to manifest anything at all.
Oh.
You will be so connected to the idea of reality that you'll go in pretty much how you are now.
I've got a fairly loose grip on reality anyway.
I could tell.
I think that'd be a good idea, because then we might be able to even bring weapons and stuff, right? Instead of being there naked chased by a giant boot.
Yes. Now, you do understand that when you fall asleep, you're all going to be in your own personal dreams. You'll need to get to the Dreamplane. However it manifests, there'll be a portal somewhere. And then once you're in the Dreamplane, then don't die.
Oh, okay.
Felix,
We can't die. Utri will kill us.
Felix gives each of you a bell. The bells look kind of like roses that are turned upside down. They're tinted a kind of purple. Now, once you get to the Dreamplane part, ring this, and then off in the distance, the other holders of these bells will hear it. And so you're going to meet up.
He immediately starts ringing the bell.
How do we get the bells in our dreams?
Ding ding.
It sounds like a bell.
Ding ding. Ding ding. Ding ding.
Remember, kid, you're going in lucid. Anything that you have right now, it's going to go in there with you.
Oh, okay.
Will my cat come with me?
Ding ding. Ding ding.
What if we just all hold hands when we fall asleep?
Ding,
Will
ding,
Ringo come with me?
ding, 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 ding.
If any other creature is in the dream, it's not going to be that actual creature.
Ding, ding,
Oh, okay.
ding, ding,
Holding hands,
ding, ding,
if it makes you feel better, do it.
ding, ding,
That doesn't mean you're going to go into somebody else's
ding,
dream.
ding,
It does make me feel better.
ding, 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 ding.
Okay, well, I'll
Ding,
hold
ding.
your hand
Ding, ding,
and
ding, 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 ding.
try to dream of nice things. I don't know if it'll affect it, but whenever I'm thinking of bad things before I go to sleep, then I dream of bad things. Usually the boots.
Why don't you like boots?
Oh, I normal boots are okay. It's just when they're giant and they try to squish me.
Oh,
He nods solemnly.
right. I should mention. The dreams are also going to change a bit because of the mist. Your lucidity will affect you most of all, but it might do weird things to the dream itself.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think we got much choice. I don't want to sit down and learn for like years.
Felix gives you a nod and he goes upstairs, comes back down with a box, opens it up. There are 4 sensors in it with some long chains. He chains them to the ceiling, lets them hang, puts in some particular incenses, then begins lighting them one by one using magic because it's cooler than lighting a match.
Alex, you seem very prepared for this. Do you go to the playing the dreams often?
I can help with this. The cast produced flame.
Okay.
My dad always asked me to help light the oven.
What do you do with your produced flame?
Huh?
What do you do with your produced flame?
Try to light one of the incenses, I guess.
Okay, so there are 3 sensors that are hanging and look very serene. There is one that is hanging with the lit incense inside that also seems to be incredibly scorched. But the incense is burning. And as the incense burns, the mist begins to fall down onto the ground, creating a small layer of fog. You all ready?
Oh, I feel sleepy now. Let's go have a nap.
Nimbus is still holding Inoltrare's hand.
Yes, I won't let go.
I don't do this sleeping stuff much, so it'd be good to have a guide.
Well, you gotta
He sort
close
of,
your eyes and be quiet, okay?
yeah, he sort of sits down next to Inoltrare and Nimbus and starts reclining.
Nimbus, Felix kneels down to you. He says, I think maybe you're gonna need a little bit of extra help.
Okay.
No reason. He hands you his wand. Just like, hold on to that.
Okay.
And then he gets onto the cushions of the couch, which he has placed down onto the ground, and begins drifting off. Who wants to fall asleep first?
Inoltrare.
I think it would be someone other than Nimbus, because Nimbus would need an example to follow.
I think V would try to fall asleep last because they sort of want to make sure everyone else is okay.
Inoltrare, as you fade from consciousness and begin to dream, you feel like you're slowly no longer in Trycon Tower before you realize that you're standing in Korakii. And it's almost as if, like, what gradually would be a process, like, minutes in the making that would hit you like a brick in the head, just happens immediately. Like, you are in this stupor until, in the manner of a nanosecond, you realize, hang on, this isn't real. This is a dream.
Oh, this is weird.
The streets seem kind of empty. Occasionally you'll see someone standing around near a wall or a door, but they're kind of just shades. They're not exactly people. They're more like shapes of humanoids. They have faces, but they're not detailed at all. It's kind of like a low model from a video game, low quality.
Low poly.
Not really low poly. Like, they are in the shape of a humanoid, but it's just like any distinctive features are just
like
a blur.
Like the less detailed models that you get, that the game will load when something's more distant to save processing power.
Oh god, I've fallen asleep into the Unreal Engine.
Oh god, I hope it's not Mind's Eye.
Texture pop in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so you walk around this dream version of Korakii, kind of taking in the sights. And because Korakii is a large city with a lot of architecture that in especially recent times has been built alongside each other and like have been parts of the same projects, it kind of blends together. And so in this dream there's a lot of buildings that seem to like repeat or just like similar to each other one, and as you are walking, you notice that in front of you is somebody whose face is not blurred. You recognize quite well. It's Inoltrare.
Are you me? Or am I you?
You are me.
And you're not me?
He walks towards you, and he looks you in the eyes. We are Inoltrare. We live in Korakii. We were abandoned here by our parents years ago.
Is this like when like 100 mimics turn into me? You a mimic?
We are Inoltrare. We live in Korakii. We were abandoned here by our parents years ago.
Yeah, that's right. I guess you wouldn't know that if you were a mimic.
We are Inoltrare. We live in Korakii.
Yeah,
we were abandoned by our parents years ago.
Yeah, you said that. Is this Inoltrare wearing the same clothes as me?
He is.
Hey, do you want to help me find some other friends?
We are Inoltrare. We live in Korakii. We were abandoned here by our parents years ago.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Come with me.
Inoltrare, you go to grab his hand, and the second that you try to touch it, you kind of fall through him as he dissipates.
Oh.
You hear a voice from around a corner. It's like, Inoltrare? That you?
Yeah, who's that?
Rounding the corner, it's Fee.
Oh. Hi, Fee. There was like another Inoltrare here, but they only said one thing. Well, 4 things. 3 things? 1, 2, 3. 3 things.
I live with my parents in the sewers. I was born in Korakii.
Huh. That's weird. I mean, you're an Inoltrare.
Wait. What?
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 Is this going to be a thing where we just keep saying what?
What? What's happening? I mean, of course I'm in Inoltrare, but this isn't the first time you've seen 2 Inoltrares. Why is that so weird?
I haven't seen 2 Inoltrares.
I live in the sewers. I live with my parents.
What's happening?
Nimbus. Welcome to the astral plane.
Oh no.
Oh crap, I'm here early.
You find yourself
wrong
floating,
turn.
just adrift, an endless sea of stars, gigantic dead bodies, rocks of different sorts, and swirling portals all around as far as the eye can see and beyond. And then your mind snaps into place. This isn't real. This is a dream. You need to find the portal out.
Felix told us about this, didn't he? Okay.
Remembering that Felix told you about this, you reach into your pocket. You take out Felix's wand. And then...
Right. How do wands work?
Well, you would know how wands work. You wave them around in a particular way that you have learned to cast a particular spell.
Just starts pointing it randomly through the astral plane.
You point it randomly through the astral plane, and you feel like you've been doing that for about 5 minutes until you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Oh.
Having fun?
No.
He takes the wand off of you.
Huh. So that's what it does.
Oh, I just homed in on it.
Okay.
Now, I would have led you to the portal to the Dreamplane that I came through to get here. Only, can't help but notice you're dreaming about the astral plane.
Yeah, this is what usually happens when I go to sleep.
Yeah, well, that's a problem, because that portal, which should have stayed open, closed.
Oh, crap.
And I can't help but notice that there are a bunch of portals around us right now.
Yeah, there's lots in the astral plane. What do you want to do? Pick one?
Unfortunately, that is the way that we're gonna have to do this. Try to veer towards the ones that look pinkish purple.
Well, maybe we can do something to try and figure out what's the best one to go to.
Oh, do you recognize any of these portals?
No, but I can do like a future sight thing, you know?
Try to use your future sight to divine which of the portals is going to be the most likely one to get us to the Dreamplane.
Alright. So I can use my Glimpse of Future feature once per long rest to ask for a brief vision related to a choice for one strife. I can ask for a brief vision related to a choice.
Okay, so you take on a strife?
Yeah, what does strife do? That's like an exhaustion kind of thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Let me open up the conditions.
Where do I put it on this sheet? That is the question. Yeah, strife. Just underneath fatigue.
So 1 level of strife means that you have disadvantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks.
That's fine. That's just all my most important things.
Yeah, that's fine. You feel this kind of mental exhaustion come onto you as you rack your brain trying to get a useful vision that is going to help you pin down the location of this portal to the Dreamplane as efficiently as possible. And while it doesn't give you the exact portal, you do get a strong inclination as to the direction that you should start moving to find it. You see yourself finding the portal to the Dreamplane. You just don't know when that's going to be in the future.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Felix. We're going to find it. But, is it normal to get so sleepy in dreams?
Actually, he gives you kind of like a...
Well, I mean, it's that way somewhere.
It's Felix. He is a person who sleeps a lot. He follows your finger and is just like, well then, you lead ahead. Nimbus, unlike the last time that you were forcefully shunted into the astral plane, you're able to move here. Move in the way that usually one would be able to through the astral plane, and that is, you think of moving in a direction and you move in that direction. It's pretty nifty.
Nimbus is doing the whole swimming through space kind of thing. Doesn't need to. It's just what they're doing anyway.
Yeah, you're doing swimming through space. Felix also finds it a bit novel, so he's doing kind of a moonwalk. But as you venture through the long, vast endlessness, he looks to you and is like, so you haven't been around long,
15 years?
I meant around the others.
Oh, yeah. 2 weeks?
So I've got to ask, why are you helping them?
I was told to.
You're told to?
Yeah, I'm supposed to help people and figure out what I'm gonna do and save the world.
Okay, then let me ask you the same question in kind of a different way. What motivates you most to help them out of that? Is it your purpose? Is it the fact that you're helping them? Is it because you want to save the world?
I'm supposed to? It's in the prophecy.
What prophecy is that?
Oh, the ones my parents told me. I save the world, and then I decide if I'm going to go to the astral plane or not.
Well, something has to be behind the motivation for the prophecy. Are you doing this just to complete something you've been told you're going to do? Or do you genuinely want to help these people?
Helping people is nice. But also the prophecy.
All right. You eventually reach a portal that somewhat matches the description that Felix has given you for what trends towards being a portal to the Dreamplane. You poke your head through. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. Oh, I am bad at these. Okay. That is... Oh, it's a good roll. It's a 15.
Okay, you quickly move your head in the portal as a knife flings towards you and lands in the wooden floorboards just right beside your head.
Oh, hello.
Whatever is going on the other side of this portal, you appear to be peering out of a painting that is placed close to the floor. You are looking into a tavern where there is a huge fight that is happening. There are people punching each other. There are blades that are clashing against blades. A lot of throwing of various different things going on. As your head is peering through, you notice that slowly rolling towards you is a ring that kind of does that thing where it starts spinning around and then slowly just drops onto its side.
Is it shiny?
It's rather shiny.
Is it close enough for me to reach?
It's close enough for you to reach.
Nimbus likes shiny things.
I'd say you'd have to put your whole arm in, but it's a shiny ring.
Yeah, grab it.
All right, another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's not so good. That's a 1. Not on that one. And that one would have been great, actually.
Yeah, that one would have been great, but it's not in that one. You see that some shards of broken glass from a bottle just get littered across the floor where you're reaching. Some of them do hit your arm. You take 3 piercing damage. But you are able to grasp onto the ring, and you're able to pull yourself out of the portal.
And pull my head back out. And... Felix says one of those fights that Inoltrare was talking about. And I got a shiny ring!
Felix moves a bit closer to you. Just let me see that for a sec.
Hand covered in glass.
Felix makes a motion with his hands, so kind of like a flick away, and you see the glasses, the pieces of glass, kind of pull out of your arm as gently as they can dissipate. He takes the ring, he looks at it. This is a smuggling ring. I've seen one or two.
Cool.
He hands it back to you.
Someone was smuggling a ring.
Well, probably, but the whole thing about a smuggling ring is that you smuggle other things inside of it.
Ooh. Is there anything in it?
He takes it. He gives it a tap. Gives it a few taps. Not that I can tell.
Oh, that would have been cool. It would be like a double treasure.
You should hold on to it. Extra dimensional space and all that.
Yeah, I think Nimbus takes it and like attaches it to Lawless's clasp.
Just it's a ring.
They don't understand jewelry and stuff.
Okay. Felix says to you, just don't put it in another extra dimensional space, or else there'll be an explosion, and if you live, you'll be here. Which I suppose isn't a problem right now.
See, so it's actually probably a good idea to keep it on the clasp, because if I put it in my hand, and then I put my hand in a bag of holding, then fuck. Sorry, excuse me.
I don't care. So you begin venturing forwards further into the astral sea.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't that one.
Fee,
Paying
you
attention.
have been trying to stay awake to make sure that everyone in the room is safe before you fall asleep, until you realize that they're not there, and you're not in Trycon Tower. You are on a rooftop in the twilight of night, and suddenly it hits you.
I make my cape below.
You're sitting down, but your cape jostles a bit underneath you. You realize that you have accidentally fallen asleep.
Curses taken by the spirit of slumber.
You see a hand come into view that is offering itself to yours to help you up. Just like, what are you doing down there, Night Rogue?
He suddenly has eyes like saucers.
You do look up, and you do see a person that you can describe, because I can't remember the description. Grim Shadows.
Yep. Basically, pretty much the shadow, but a tiefling woman.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of everyone? Grim Shadows knows. Yeah, they offer you a hand up.
He eagerly takes it, and then realizes they need to probably act cool and stoic, and says, "Thank you, Grim Shadows. This is a dark night."
Particularly dark one if we don't find what's the worst name for a bad guy that I can think of?
The pheasant.
A particularly dark night if we don't find a particularly dark night if we don't find the pheasant.
Oh, what foul deeds are they up to?
Good one, Night Rogue. Apparently, they intercepted a delivery of precious jewels. But the thing that Grim is most interested in, they only took one.
Just one.
That's what Grim's saying. As you, of course, know, Grim being the Korakii rogue investigative resources. It's really weird that they don't have an M at the back of it, but...
No doubt Bard are behind this.
No doubt indeed. Don't worry. We'll find them. And whatever the bad and rotten destroyers are planning, we'll stop it. Fee, as you follow Grim Shadows as you both leap off of that rooftop and onto the next. You feel yourself, like, you know that you can see an entire city in front of you, but somehow you feel like you are crossing a panel on a page. And you look up into the sky and you see a subtitling box that says Grim Shadows issue number ? With the title Semper Fi.
Oh, very good.
We deserve that.
Perfect.
So, where would Bard be hiding one particular gem?
Wait. Gem as in lettuce. Lettuce as in sandwiches. Sandwiches as in sand. The beach.
As ever, Night Rogue, your intuition is astonishing. Let's go. You feel like a few pages are being flipped, and then suddenly you're at the beach.
Okay, Fee feels a little dizzy from this.
What's gotten into you, Night Rogue? You seem a bit out of the game today.
Nothing. I was just considering something. They make their cape pillow.
Well, I'll search in this direction. You search that way. Find anything? Let me know.
Got it, boss.
You both begin to walk away from each other. And it's a bit of walking before you see a shadowy figure creeping in some bushes.
Okay, can I tell anything about the this bush creeper?
They have a rather small frame. They're close to your size.
Okay, am I within 10 feet of them?
I'd say you can get that close.
Okay, if I get within 10 feet, I get blind sense.
Nice. They seem to be padding the ground, searching for something. Oh, I knew that Lua was a bad idea.
Okay, I'm going to try and approach them stealthily and just stand there with my arms folded.
They don't look in your direction. They're continually like shuffling in the sand, trying to find whatever they're looking for. It's like, oh jeez, if I don't find this. Oh.
Okay, do I recognize this person?
You don't.
Okay. Yep, I sort of look over them and say, "Can I help you there, citizen?"
Ah, I'm not a citizen. I'm Bard. I mean, I'm not Bard. I'm a citizen. Who are you?
Your worst nightmare, Bard.
Oh no. Could you be Night Rogue? Grim Shadow's cool and awesome new assistant?
Okay, I've got a question, GM. Is this literally the fan fiction this Utri found?
Gone to self-insert town.
It's a dream. It doesn't have to be canon.
Start talking.
Do you like long walks on the beach? I guess you do.
If this doesn't go well for me, it'll be a long walk of a short pier. For you.
Oh no, I wasn't worried until you said it would be for me. Look, you want the big guys. I'm worthless. I'm so worthless I lost the key to the abandoned bear trap factory.
Can I see this key anywhere?
You can't.
Can I try and find it?
You can.
Where'd you drop it?
Well, it's somewhere along this entire beach.
Well then, we better start looking.
You know, you can look, and if you find it, tell me.
Yes, sure, I'll get right on that. He starts looking for the key.
It's nice to help your friends, isn't it? You look behind you. The grunt is gone. It's Morgan.
Oh, hey Morgan. I mean, hey there, Citizen Morgan.
You know, I've always appreciated your help.
This is good. I always like to help my friends. And the friends of my civilian persona, Fiore, who hates being called that because it's lame.
I do notice that there is a person you're helping that isn't your friend.
I'd like to think I have many friends.
Do you think Capulet really counts as a friend?
Yes?
The way they treat you doesn't seem very friendly.
They're just prickly. You know, my mum says some people just, you know, just aren't that sociable, but it doesn't mean they don't care about you.
I don't think you trust them.
I mean, why wouldn't I trust my friends?
Because you trust me, don't you?
Yes. I say after pausing for way too long.
Then how could you trust Capulet?
Well, she's, mistaken, right? You're trustworthy.
Of
Being
course
wrong
I
doesn't
am.
make someone a bad person.
Fee, when you say being wrong doesn't make someone a bad person, you feel like the dream kind of, like, pauses for a moment. And then it resumes. Of course not. But Capulet isn't just incorrect. Capulet's tried to hurt you. Capulet wants to hurt me. That's what you believe.
Yeah, but that's just because she's got the wrong idea. Her heart's right in the right place. Wait, when did she hurt me?
You're the one that she was hunting.
I mean, all she really did was sort of ride on my back for a bit, and that was fun.
If she still thought that you were me, you know what she'd do to you.
Yell at me?
Morgan begins walking around you, saying, You think she wants to hurt me. If she wanted to hurt me, and she thought that you were doing what I was, she'd hurt you.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
You're not doing anything wrong. We just need to make sure she knows that, and we can clear this whole thing up.
As he makes a circle around you and reaches your back, you suddenly hear, "So have you found it yet?"
I'm still... I'm still looking.
Well, once you do find it, be sure to tell me. I don't want to get demerited at... Ooh! Suddenly you hear a punch sound, and you see a punch sound. And the bard grunt falls down, grim shadows behind them. So, learn anything?
Yes, boss. The one you just knocked out has lost a key somewhere to the bear trap factory.
Luckily for us, we don't need a key. Then Grim Shadows gives you a cool smirk, and you begin awaying into the night past some pages. Inoltrare,
Yes.
Fee's there.
Hi, Fee. Listen, we need to find Nimbus and get going quickly, because we've only got a certain amount of time. You're good at finding people, right? You can help me.
Yep. Good at finding you.
Right, well...
That's easy. You live in Korakii.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're not in Korakii at the moment. We're in a dream, right?
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we are then.
Yeah. So all we got to do is find Nimbus, and then we can get going to find the Retractor, right?
Well, weren't we supposed to find something else as well?
Yeah, like a bell?
Huh. Make me a intelligence history check, Inoltrare.
Ooh, I'm okay at those. Is it about legends?
No.
Okay. That is a unnatural 20.
Portal to the Dreamplane.
Oh yeah, we gotta find the portal to the Dreamplane.
And then, like, even though you're lucidly aware that this is all a dream, it hits you just like, this isn't the Fee that you need to find. This is Fee here.
Oh, sorry, Fee. I think you're not real either. But you could help me. And then that'll be kind of real, right?
Well, barring any existential dread, sure.
Okay. We're looking for a portal. And it'll go to the plane of dreams. So keep an eye out for that. I don't suppose you've already seen any portals around here or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Well, let's get moving until we find one, yeah?
Sure thing. You'll probably have a hard time finding it, though.
Yeah. It might be difficult, but we gotta try. That's the important thing.
It's anything like finding your parents. Probably shouldn't even bother.
What do you mean?
Well, they abandoned you.
You're not like Fee at all.
But you're like Inoltrare.
Yeah. I am Inoltrare. I'm the real one.
You are so Inoltrare.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find that portal now. Okay? I've decided I don't want your help anymore.
Okay. See you later, Inoltrare.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna stomp off. Looking for portals in this city.
As you walk down various alleyways and openings, you're realizing that this dream really is just a collection of what you unconsciously think Korakii to be like. Occasionally you'll come across a landmark, but everything in between is kind of miscellaneous filler. There's no rhyme or reason. They're not even labeled buildings. They're just buildings that exist to exist because cities have buildings and Korakii has buildings, and they look kind of like the architecture you've seen while you're out and about. And it's a bit of wandering before you find Utri.
It's kind of like the background is looping. Hey Utri, are you gonna be mean to me as well?
Nah, I'm done with that. Remember?
Alright, I'm gonna keep moving. You're not real either.
I mean, sure, I'm not real, but I can probably help you find the portal.
Oh, then yeah, let's go. Let's find the portal. Wow, you're way more helpful than Dreamplane was.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be in Korakii somewhere.
Yeah.
You live here.
Yeah, exactly. Has to be. All right, let's go. Let's lead the way. Lead the way.
You know, I think I've got a pretty good idea.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to trust me.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. All right, fine. I trust you.
Okay. This is gonna feel a bit weird, maybe a little traumatic. Don't worry, Inoltrare.
I'm gonna worry a little bit, actually.
Don't. Utri picks you up and then puts you on a high wall.
I can't really see much better. Oh, not again.
And as the flashbacks start hitting you, what also hits you is that suddenly the wall seems absurdly high.
Oh.
Anyway,
like, you know that shot in a movie where like you're zooming out from something and the perspective is kind of changing and it's starting to look like really far away?
Yeah.
That happens with the ground.
Oh no.
But as you are at a high vantage point, you see a pink glow off in the distance.
I see it.
You would reckon that if you were to glide over there, you wouldn't quite reach there, but you will, like, know where to go.
Okay. It goes nothing, and I kick off from the wall and start gliding over there. Screaming all along.
As you're gliding, something starts flying beside you. Just like, oh, hey, kid.
Hello?
Your name is, Inoltrare, right?
Yeah? Where'd you come from?
Just flying around.
And that's how we know this isn't the real gargoyle.
don't think Inoltrare particularly knows that Gargoyle doesn't fly. He just hasn't seen him do it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think he's gonna believe this is the real Gargoyle. Well, I guess you're a wizard too. So, you must be in here for other reasons, right?
I guess so.
Do you want to help me get to that? And I point at the portal.
Sure, why not?
Yay! Thank you. It's nice to have someone who's finally helpful for once. I mean, I guess Utri did help me, but I kind of don't think she wanted to.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of people in Korakii to help you. You should know that. You live here.
Yeah. A lot of people have been telling me I live in Korakii lately. It's kind of weird. Like, I know I live here. I've been here for all my life apart from like 1 or 2 years.
Yep. I can't remember anything about that.
Well, no, who can remember from when they were like 1 or 2? I can't even remember from when I was 12. Or less than 12. Because I'm not 12 years old.
But you definitely remember that your parents left you.
Huh? What? Wait. Why did you say that?
Well, they did, didn't they?
Well, why would you say it?
Because you're an Inoltrare. You live in Korakii.
Oh, not
Your parents abandoned
again.
you here.
Go away, Big Bird. I just want to be on my own.
He flies off into the distance in an opposite direction.
What is up with everyone today? I'm gonna go find the portal. No one else had better remind me that my parents abandoned me on the way.
You touch down on the ground, but Nimbus, you're not on the ground. You are floating through the astral plane.
Kind of comforting, isn't it, Felix? Just looking off into the distance forever.
Yeah, I've seen better.
You've seen better forever.
Just better sights.
Oh. Like what?
I don't know. Nice soft bed. Platter of cheese.
Oh yeah, the cheese is good.
Sometimes it's the simple things. But since we're asking such big questions, what's your plan? What do you want to do with your life?
Gonna get to that portal.
No, I mean a more general sense.
Oh, gonna save the world.
And then after that?
Decide whether or not I'm going to go to the astral plane.
Do you think that's leaning so far?
From what I've seen of the astral plane, there's not a lot to it. Or, I mean, there is a lot to it, but it's not much, you know?
I think it's the fact that there's a lot to it that makes it seem like there's not a lot to it.
Yeah, right? It's really spread out. Like, forever.
So what'd you do once you get there?
I don't know, is there signposts or like
Not really.
tour guides or something? Like the rest of the Zevites must be around somewhere, right?
Oh, for sure. They're quite rare. I'd never seen one before you.
Yeah, we're rare on the material plane, but in the astral plane, there's got to be like dozens of us.
Even if there's dozens of you, it's going to be really hard to find in Infinity. Though I imagine there's some way they do it.
Yeah, they got to. Because Mum and Dad, they came back a little while back. They must have been able to find the others. They probably should have given me some more advice on that part, actually.
So you're gonna go back to the astral plane?
I don't know. I assume that at some point when I save the world, then I'll get like a feeling, you know?
And what are you doing on the material plane while you wait?
Learning about feelings. Saving the world.
Really a one-track mind, huh?
It's good to keep focused when you don't know what you're doing.
Looks like we're coming up on a portal.
Love a portal. Love the portals. I wonder if this one will have a different ring in it. Or like a crown, maybe. Or shoes.
You reach the portal. You peer through. And, you are in kind of like a lit vault container. Just some glass letting some light in. In front of you, you can see kind of like a short metal stick.
Ooh.
And it's floating in the air.
Ooh, floaty stick. Is it not attached to anything?
It's not attached to anything.
What else do I see in this container?
Nothing much. The glass is kind of blurred. There is a rectangular thing on it. You can't read it. You presume maybe that's a label of some sort.
Okay. Is the metal stick doing anything?
Nope.
Just floating. All right.
It's just there.
Nimbus will pull his head back out and look to Felix and be like, there's a floating stick. But it's just like in a box or something. Do we want a floating stick?
Felix shrugs, just like, if you can make a floating stick useful.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Nimbus sticks their head back in and grabs the stick.
Okay. You grab the stick. Please make me a strength check.
All the things I'm best at here. This is a -3. It's a nat 20, but I've got the lowest class that makes that a nat 1. Oh, dear.
Doesn't move an inch.
All right. Yep. Pulls back out of the portal. Yeah, I think it's a floaty stick that doesn't move. It doesn't move. I don't think this is the right portal, though.
Doesn't move. Is there a button on it?
Oh, I didn't see. I'll stick my head back in. See if I can find a button.
You can't see a button from the perspective that you're looking at it, from the angle that you've got. But as you, like, if you want to move your hand in, and like,
yeah, I'd like
feel around the object.
Get like half my body in as far as I can without going like all the way through. See if I can like get a better angle to see around.
On the other side, the one that's facing away from the portal, you see that there is indeed a button.
Okay, I immediately press the button.
It immediately falls to the ground with a clack.
Oh! Get that! I pick it up and then pull back out through the hole.
As you are pulling yourself back out, you see someone on the other side of the door kind of like open the container, and they scream, and it's immediately cut off as you pull yourself out of the portal.
Oh. I wonder if that was holding the door shut.
Doubt it. Seems like an immovable rod.
Oh, that's what the button stick is. Cool. It moves now. I'll press the button. Stop moving. Unpress the button. It moves.
Yeah, so we're gonna want to keep moving to find the portal.
I'm gonna, Nimbus starts using the immovable rod like a boat paddle, just paddling through the astral plane.
Okay, so as you are sitting down and just moving on like a completely flat plane, you are rowing with the immovable rod.
Yep.
Felix returns to moonwalking, and you both venture further into the astral plane.
How many portals do you reckon there are here? Loads.
B. It has been a bit of a hike, more mentally than physically, because you've just been flying through these panels. But after a few ladders, a few grappling hooks, and a few leaps, you are getting closer to the old abandoned bear trap factory.
So, what do you think we'll find at the old abandoned bear trap factory?
With any luck, the pheasant. And the gem that they took.
But do you think this could be a trap?
Even if it is, we have to take that chance. The bad and rotten destroyers, can't let them get a freebie just because we think that it might be dangerous.
He nods solemnly and makes their cape billow.
Just pay attention to where you're going. Eyes on...
Now currently looking forward.
Yeah, it's like, eyes on the rooftops. You don't trust him, do you?
Oh, hey, greetings, my fungi friend.
Yes, you look to your side. Grim Shadows is gone, but Capulet is there, leaping about the same, because that's just a thing Capulet does.
Okay, you the real Capulet, or are you a dream Capulet? Yang. Really got a talking to from Morgan, and I'm entirely sure it was Morgan.
You've been cutting out a bit for that.
Sorry, I switched the noise suppression off because my chair was squeaking quite a bit. Switch that back off again. Okay, so are you the real Capulet or are you a dream Capulet? Because I just spoke to Morgan and I wasn't sure if that was like a dream Morgan representing my fears, or if it was the actual Morgan telling me off. Because it feels like the kind of thing he'd be able to just do, like pop it in a dream like that.
How am I supposed to know?
I don't know. Are you a dream?
What do you think?
Okay, the real Capulet would never ask me what I think.
You don't trust him, do you?
I do kinda. There has to be an explanation for what he did.
And remind me, what did he do again?
He led us to a powerful artifact, then trapped us in a kind of cruel way and disappeared with the artifact without any explanation, after suggesting we don't tell anyone else.
That's not the only thing he did, and you know it.
GM, remind me, do I remember the other thing he did?
That would be something that you would have to remember, but you can question Capulet on it.
I'm not sure. Do I?
Don't play naive. suddenly the Rockborn emerge and start attacking everything, conveniently on the day that Morgan shows up, trying to fool yourself into thinking that it's unrelated.
I mean, he was helping fight them. So he wouldn't have summoned them, right? Otherwise, he could have just saved himself the bother.
They weren't summoned. They came from underground. You're trying so desperately to trick yourself so you don't have to acknowledge the truth.
Maybe slightly. But there could be an explanation.
The explanation is that whatever it was that Morgan took, they were guarding it. He got them to leave, and he led you down there to fight that beast so that he could take it.
We don't know that.
Are you sure we don't?
We know that.
Yeah, as you're both running across the rooftops, there is a bit of a stretch where there's like a long vent running. And as you say, we know that you're looking over at Capulet, and because of her smaller size, like you're seeing her, but behind her, you're seeing you in the reflection. Like, this isn't the real Capulet. This is a figment of your mind.
Yeah.
Why are you still trying to defend him?
Same reason for trying to defend you.
Unfortunately, there's going to come a point at which you'll have to choose.
You just just pulls their hood down.
And as you pull your hood down, Capulet goes out of view. It's like, remember what I said, Night Rogue? Eyes on the roofs.
Yes, boss.
You continue running and leaping and occasionally swinging towards your destination until you reach the large rooftop of the abandoned bear trap factory. Uh-huh. Night Rogue, we've got vent access.
On it. He starts carefully prying the covers off the vent.
You do so, and it begins to fall to the ground, and then suddenly two hands shoot underneath. You see Grim Shadow, she's caught it. She gives you a wink, just like, remember to stay on guard.
He salutes.
You crawl into the vent. Grim Shadows takes the lead. You're following up behind. And the vent goes on for quite a bit. Usually there are panels underneath that show you kind of inside the building, and occasionally you have found a few of them, but they're very few and far between. And as you pass by, you just see the ground of hallways, the heads of more barred grunts. And then the path starts to lead a bit downwards. And once you get to that point, you feel the bottom of the vent kind of shift beneath you, and suddenly it has become incredibly slippery. And both you and Grim Shadows just down to the end of the vent, which opens up. and you find yourself deposited into a large cage, being held.
Can I try and stick my feet out to get caught in the exit from the vent?
All right. I will warn you, it's going to be a pretty hard check.
Well,
I'd say that's
I'll try.
probably going to be dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'm good at those. Ish.
That's a DC 17.
Natural 19.
Okay, you are able to, as you see Grim Shadows fall down into the cage, you quickly just like shoot both of your legs to either side of the vent and catch yourself with kind of a thud that you hope no one notices. And the cage, the part where Grim Shadows has entered into it, closes instantaneously and shuts. It is being suspended, you notice, over over what seems to be a ground full of bubbling, boiling acid. Ah, Grim Shadows, so glad you could join us for the big event. You recognize this voice. It's the pheasant.
That'd be very impressive considering he's a comic character, so they'd have only ever read it.
You've seen some performances.
That's fine.
It's like, so, alone today? A little birdie told me that a little night rogue was with you. You hear Grim Shadow say, well, seems your bird was misinformed. Just me. A shame. So I suppose you're wondering what we were doing, just taking merely one gem from the entire haul. I don't think you'd understand the value of that gem in particular. But I understand it, Grim Shadows. I understand well the value of the crystal of Somnambula. Crystal of Somnambula. Why don't you tell me the story? It'll probably put me to sleep.
Dream walking. I know word etymology.
Very clever, Grim Shadows. You see, I believe the crystal of Somnambula has within it a particular energy. An energy that can tear beyond the fabric of the universe. And that is precisely what I intend to do. You can hear some footsteps as the pheasant begins to walk somewhere else. You hear some clicking and some pushing of buttons. And then you see a pink glow beginning to emanate from what you presume to be a machine that is beginning to roar up. Speaking of pink glows, Inoltrare, you have reached touchdown. You're not too far from where you saw that pink glow in your own dream.
Okay. Nearly there. Okay, just gotta go there, then hang a right, and then straight, and then that should be it, I think. Just a quick walk. Hopefully no one will come around the corner, and certainly not saw Snapdragon.
Did somebody say saw Snapdragon?
No!
Why, if it isn't Inoltrare?
I saw...
Fancy meeting you here. Only I knew I would. This is Korakii.
Oh, and I live here. I get it. And my parents don't love me.
Well, it's not that your parents don't love you. It's that they abandoned you here years ago.
You don't abandon someone unless you don't love them.
Well, you've probably got that right. Not worth finding, eh?
So are you
They
going to
never
help
came
me
back
or
for
not?
you. Sure, I'll help you. Where you going?
I need to go into the plane of dreams to find a retractor and then save Morgan, because I don't care what he's done. I'm not going to abandon him.
Oh, I see. You're not going to abandon him like your parents abandoned you.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. Just remember, they're not worth looking for. After all, they never came back to look for you.
Well, I'm not looking for them right now.
And you shouldn't.
Okay. I'm gonna get walking now.
Hang on, you wanted some help.
Yeah, but then I kind of remembered who I was talking to, and I got a little more nervous. And
You feel yourself pulled up.
and then this is exactly what I was worried about.
Inoltrare away! And he torpedoes you through the air with the strength of his arms alone. You go over a building, and then you quickly remember that you can glide, and you glide down onto the ground.
Why do I always have the weird dreams?
Smash cut to the cheese.
Yeah, it is the cheese. It's 100%.
Yeah, just for 3
cheese.
seconds, cut to some cheese on a table. Like one of those shots where you're in focus, and then in the foreground it comes into focus and you become blurry, and it's just like the cheese platter.
It's rotating slowly.
The
You're not
government don't
sure
want
why
you
you
to know
gave
this.
it that
You can
feature.
rotate a cheese platter in your mind.
I exclusively am using Mage Hand to rotate a plate of cheese. Okay.
You get up off the ground, you dust yourself off, and you see Inoltrare
Oh, not me again.
standing
You-
in front of a pink, what appears to be kind of a star shape in the ground.
I need to go in the star hole, okay? Well, at least I think I do. Anyway, I'm gonna try it, because I'm not staying here. Everyone's weird.
You will stay here.
Why would I stay here? Everyone's weird. I just said that.
You'll stay here because you're in Inoltrare. You live in Korakii.
No, I am in Utri and I live in Korakii, but not this one. And I'm gonna start running for the portal.
As you begin to run, you feel the atmosphere get a bit more tense. You see the sky begin to darken a bit. And suddenly there is a huge lightning strike that plummets down. There's a few of them, actually, around you that all hit the ground, or rather meet each other at once. And it knocks you back a bit from just the sheer shockwaves from the amount of force that has happened. As you get up, you see that a lot of the place is suddenly on fire.
I tap my chest and cast Mage Armor.
You do, as you see that the route to the portal is completely blocked off, wreathed in flame. And Inoltrare is beginning to flame up as well, slowly getting engulfed in the fire, retaining his form as Tilly jumps out from behind him Tilly, who usually looks celestial, as you know, with their tail like kind of fading into an ethereal nothingness, now just looks entirely engulfed in flame, like the Inoltrare in front of you. Their tail fading into flickering embers. You are Inoltrare. You live in Korakii.
Yeah, but this isn't Korakii. This is a dream. And there's more to me than that.
Your parents abandoned you years ago.
Yeah, but then I found friends.
In Korakii.
And this isn't Korakii.
Okay. Inoltrare. Please. Get to the owlbear.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
Oh, this was cool.
Oh, that
Heck
sounds
yeah.
good. Okay.
That fire effect's awesome.
Thanks,
know
it's
where
not
you-
mine.
Yeah, it's still cool though.
Could you place down another Inoltrare?
Oh, yeah.
Inoltrare.
You see, as they are engulfed in the fire, they start to grow.
I don't like this look of this.
I too once had a dream where I was huge and flaming.
I am going to cast Blink and sprint towards Dreamin.
Hang
Alright.
on.
Okay.
I don't think you get to cast Blink before we roll initiative.
Oh, yep. Okay. That's shit. Classic.
Nice try,
I've been
Nick. Nice
rolling
try.
so well all day, and then the initiative comes around, and it's always bad. What's my initiative modifier? 3? Okay. My initiative is a wonderful 5. I'm so good at this.
Right. Hang on, I just need to get this text a bit bigger. There we go. And Inoltrare's initiative is going to be... Ooh, they get +4.
Wow. I don't even get +4.
That is going to be 11. And what is Tilly's initiative? +4 again.
Rude.
Don't hate the players.
I'm not.
All right.
I'm gonna die. It's over for me.
Oh, and I can't forget.
Uh-huh.
It's not like you're a wizard and have very low health.
No.
Yeah, don't worry, that means your copy does as well.
Yep. There we go. Ready to confront yourself?
I guess.
Good, because Inoltrare starts rushing towards you. that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh wow, it can even move further than I can.
Oh.
My movement speed is 25. That's how I know. I got dwarf legs.
This is big dwarf now.
It's a fraud.
Moron, if you will.
So it runs here, and then suddenly it picks up the pace, and it charges towards you.
Oh no! It's playing D&D 4th edition.
So this is wildfire. You are subject to the fiery aura of Inoltrare, which means that you're going to take 1d10 fire damage. That's 5.
It's 2. Resistant to fire damage.
Nice, because it's going to slam you.
That's great. I'm also resistant to bludgeoning damage. The 2 damage types I'm resistant to. Here we go.
That's a 19.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All right, and that is going to do 16 fire damage.
8 fire.
So, yep, 8. And then you are going to suffer.
Ooh.
Let's see.
I'm in danger.
How low are you, Nick? You must be really low by now. Surely.
I've lost 10 hit points. I got 27 left.
Oh, wow, you got loads.
Half of 9. That'd be 4.
Yeah.
4 ongoing fire damage.
Okay.
You can use an action to end that if you want. But it's going to be an action. And that's the end of Inoltrare's move. Now it's Tilly. So that's going to be 5, 10, 15. And then Tilly is going to use Fire Step to appear here. 20, 25. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. Yep, you're in range. Tilly is going to use Spitfire. To make 3 attacks.
It's plain but effective.
Okay, so because you are at long range, he's going to make this with disadvantage. So let's hope this 23 turns into something lower. Does a 13 hit your armor class?
I cast Inoltrare's Inoltrare's intervention, which is shield.
Okay.
And it misses.
All right. Oh. Well, that second one isn't going to hit. That was 9.
The reason it's not just shield is it is a custom spell that Inoltrare has.
All right, and then third one. First one is 21. Second one's a 22.
That'll hit.
Does 21 hit with shield on?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fine. You're just going to take 1d8 fire damage, and then you're going to half it. So that's 4. You took 2 fire damage.
Okay.
Right. And now it is your turn.
I use a bonus action to activate my Force Shield, smashing the Totally Not a Blue Peter badge that's on my chest. My AC goes up by 2.
Okay.
How many shield-like things do you have?
I keep
Mage
getting given
armor,
them.
shield. Like, wow. Probably need them, I guess.
And then I'm gonna use my action to cast Blink. And use my movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's see if I vanish. I do. I am on the ethereal plane now.
Cool.
And I take 4 fire damage.
Yep. Action to end that whenever you want.
Yep. I used an action to cast Blink, so I couldn't.
Nimbus.
Hello.
You're still floating in the void of the astral sea with Felix.
You know, after a while, you do kind of miss the solid ground, don't you?
Yep. Dreamplane is solid ground most of the time.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess it depends on what you're dreaming, right? Like, if you're dreaming of a big flaming inferno, you'll probably be in a big flaming inferno.
Yep.
That'd be wild.
Probably don't do that. Again,
All right.
Don't die there.
Okay. What do you reckon? Third time lucky?
We'll see when we get there. Well, there's a bit of time before that.
Why do they put all these portals so far apart? Oh,
Are you very familiar with the concept of infinity?
yeah, and it's just... It's so big.
Kind of the point.
Yeah.
So, they're trying to help their friend Morgan. Have you met him?
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a dick, to be honest.
Certainly seemed creepy when I knew him.
I guess they know him better than me, but all I've seen him do is be shitty to his friends. I don't know. It seems like the kind of person with like lots of secrets and whatnot, right?
Again, pretty much the vibe that I got.
Felix, why are you in Inoltrare's tower? What's the deal with that?
Was in search for a tower.
Okay. Are you like his caretaker or something?
Yeah, teaching him magic.
Why?
He wants to learn. I want a tower.
Okay.
Mutually beneficial.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like when I help out the farmer and he lets me stay in his barn.
Oh, Tim.
Yeah. It's nice. He let me look after a pig for a while once.
So, you do realize that if you're helping them, they're going to want to help you find Morgan.
Yeah. I guess.
What are you going to do if you do?
I know. So far, it's kind of been dictated by what Morgan does.
So, dictating by what Morgan has done so far, what's your instinct when you find him?
Well, he's their friend. Kind of just see what happens. What I don't want again, though, is for him to send me into that fear place that was a bit like this, but a lot more scary.
So, gonna be on the defensive?
I suppose so.
Would be the smart move. I think they should probably be a bit more defensive as well, but
Because I don't really get him. Like, he's got that funny teddy bear and that, but why is he? How's he so powerful? Because he like full on froze us all and sent us to weird places and that, and then he just like disappeared himself. How does he do it?
Unfortunately, I have no clue. His aura, just before he left, usually a magical aura, it's connected to a specific type of magic, but the magic that he was doing started not really connecting to any of them. He used to be able to read it. Detect magic got confused, thought it was all types of spells at once.
Huh.
But last time I saw him, just didn't pick up anything. Whatever
he's
power he
definitely-
had, it's changing.
Definitely magical, some sort. What was his thing before? Like before he left you? Like what was he like? What did he do?
Well, I would posit that if it was magical to begin with, it is getting rapidly less so. And B, not really sure. Never really involved myself with, I don't know, what they did around town. Really just stayed in the tower for the most part.
Fair enough. I guess it's like how I stayed in my cave for a long time after Mum and Dad left.
You eventually do reach the portal.
Right. What do you reckon? Some funny trinket? Or the place we're actually trying to get to? Where are we actually trying to get to?
The Dreamplane. We've been over this numerous times. I've said Dreamplane more today than I've said in the past year.
I guess this is a day of dreaming in it. Okay. So Dreamplane. Let's all think Dreamplane. 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 Dreamplane.
You stick your head through. Your head appears to be coming out of a hole in a tree.
Does this feel like a dream?
It does feel like a dream, but when you're out of the portal, it also feels like a dream. And you see a few faces stare back at you, and these creatures look somewhat familiar. Make me a intelligence history check.
Okay. This is a disadvantage. I've got strife. Intelligence. Yep, just straight -1. That is an 18. Oh, no, wait. Wait. If I roll a nat 20 at disadvantage with the knowledge grasp thing, what happens?
If you roll a nat 20 at disadvantage, well, if you roll nat 20 disadvantage, then the nat 20 goes away if you get something that isn't a nat 20.
Okay, so it's an 18 -1, 17.
This
knowledge grasp thing is so confusing. It's hilarious, but it's confusing.
Looking up at you are a lot of small mushroom people, mycelials, as you think you heard the term used when you saw the Trycons with Capulet.
Yes. Are they cute or are they threatening?
Do you think Capulet looks cute or threatening?
Oh, Capulet definitely looks cute.
They all look kind of cute.
Okay.
And also delicious.
Yeah, I kind of want to eat one.
They all start slowly approaching you. There's quite a few of them. And they're bringing something to you, and they hand it to you. It seems to be a staff. It has like strands of mycelium covering the head of it, The wood is kind of aged and weathered. You can take it from them.
Do they speak?
None of them have spoken yet.
Would I know if mycelium speak common or?
You know that Capulet speaks common.
I mean, if they don't look threatening, yeah, Nimbus will definitely take the staff and say, like, thank you very much. Do you know the way to the Dreamplane?
They all kind of look at each other and then shrug.
Mushroom shrugging. Take that as a no. What's the staff do?
It requires attunement.
Oh.
So perhaps you will find out once you attune to it.
If Nimbus asks the mushroom people what the staff, what the staff does, do they do anything?
One of them approaches you, and then like looks up because it's a really weird angle you're coming out of this tree.
I'm imagining it like a squirrel coming out of a tree hole that it's got its nest in. Half body just sticking out.
Keeps you safe.
Oh, thank you.
They give a wave as presumably you pull your head out.
Yep. Bye. Felix, there was mushroom people that were really nice. They gave me this staff. They said it keeps me safe.
Just all the different types of staffs. So can't really tell what this one does. Seems the attunement sort probably won't last that long.
I mean, I can just attune to it, right, and then find out.
I mean, while you're here, if we do find the Dreamplane, sure, but when you wake up, it's not gonna come with you.
Ah. Wait, is that going to be the same for that rod and the ring as well?
Probably.
Ah.
Them's the brakes. Come on, let's walk. And
Well,
then you
better make good use of it
walking
then.
again.
And Nimbus starts shoving the staff into the ring and into the smuggling ring, and then gets the rod and puts it also in the smuggling ring. And then just anything else that he can find that will fit in the smuggling ring, he'll put in.
Cool. You do that. Felix starts moonwalking again in the direction that you were going. He's finding it very novel. Fee, you were an event. Grim Shadows is trapped in a cage.
Hey. Can I try dropping down and picking the lock on the cage? Since the peasant seems to have walked off to do something.
I will ask and I will let you do it. Are you sure?
Well, not if the GM's saying that.
I mean, I'm just required to ask if you absolutely want to go through with dropping down when you have other options available to you.
Yeah. Okay, good point. Can I try climbing across, see what's going on?
Climbing across how?
Good point. Can I just go back into the vent and find a way down?
A bit too slippery and at an angle to go crawling back up the vent. I will say there's probably, if you do want to climb, there's probably an abundance of pipes close to the ceiling.
Okay. Can I try hopping from pipe to pipe?
All right. That will be, well, ba-ba-bum. I can't remember what acrobatics is. It's dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dexterity acrobatics check. So that, like, to make sure you're able to get a good grip on the pipes as you're leaving the vent.
Okay, this is just a +1, but natural 20.
Okay, effortlessly, you, like, slide out of the vent, and then you, like, just clip the edge of it that you were holding onto before with your feet to avoid falling, and use all of your weight to, like, pull yourself up and then grab onto one of the pipes, and then you start navigating to a place where you can get a good vantage point of the room.
Yes. Okay, I'm just going to switch to my other dice, because hopefully it'll have learned from that dice's example.
So...
Right, what can I see from here?
You can see a few things. First and foremost, you see Grim Shadows in the cage dangling above the vat of acid. Secondly, you see a bunch of barge grunts around the room. And thirdly, you see the pheasant at a control panel.
Okay, can I see what he's doing on the control panel, or like if there's any labels on it on the switches?
No labels on the switches, unfortunately. You see a dull pink star at the center of this kind of little raised platform. And you see a kind of laser above it that seems to be making noises in conjunction with the buttons and dials that are being pressed and spun here.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yes, you see, Grim Shadows, once I charge the crystal of Somnambula and contain its raw power into one space, the space in the fabric of reality will begin to unravel. The bad and rotten destroyer's destruction will not be contained into just one world. We will spread our destruction across the multiverse. Oh, no, sorry. How was it that the pheasant laughed?
Okay, so it's looking to me like I've at least found the point.
It's certainly looking like that.
Yeah. Whereabouts am I on this map?
I am going to place down a fee token, and you may place yourself wherever you want for that 20.
Okay.
Bearing in mind that you were on the ceiling, like a different Bee character.
It just keeps happening. Guess that sort of makes sense.
Wow, Fee must really like that ground to walk.
You say in your own dream as you are on fire in the ethereal plane.
It burns! But wow.
I don't think the multiverse can handle multiple bards. This is just one universe, and I'm already pretty sick of you. Oh, you're going to hurt my feelings, Grim Shadows. But unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to stop us from that cage. And because I do so like having a personal touch in your destruction, I've got a little lever right here. I wonder what happens if I crank it. And the pheasant reaches over to the side of the control console and begins churning this lever, which slowly begins to lower the cage into the acid. Not like into it as in it's already there, but it's getting closer.
Okay, can I cast Arcane Serve and just start holding the lever?
You can. Suddenly, I presume this is something that just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pheasant is like gleefully rolling the crank, just like, and
Oh,
then
sorry.
suddenly
That's Unseen Servant, by the way. Sorry, got the name wrong.
that's fine. And suddenly the crank just stops. It's like, what the devil? What's wrong with this thing? You. Me, sir? Yes, you. You tried to crack this. Just stupid. Never trust grunts to set up anything. So there now is a bard grunt there, ineffectually trying to push the crank.
Okay. Can I get a bit closer to the control panel to see if there's some sort of release?
As you get closer to the control panel, I will need you to make a stealth check. Dexterity stealth.
Okay.
Because as you're moving about, you are on the ceiling, but also there's still some noise. There's still like light that is going to be bouncing off of some of your more metallic gadgets.
Yep. Be a lot of creaking. That's a
Probably.
natural 19 again.
Okay,
Total's
you are
23 if
able.
that matters.
Yeah, you are able to get quite close to the control panel. You see a few buttons. Again, none of them are labeled, so you can't tell really what they do. You can see the gem of Somnambula in the middle of it. And as your eyes scan the control panel, though most of the buttons are unlabeled, you do see one with a really big label under it that says "Emergency Cage Open."
Okay.
It is large and cartoonishly red.
Okay. Question: can Grim Shadows basically is Grim Shadows aware of where I am right now?
I think they've looked up at the ceiling at some point, because that's the only vantage point they have to be looking at anything going on.
Okay.
And they spotted you and kind of like have a like wry smirk on their face.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to sort of make eye contact, nod, and I'm going to try and basically drop down and press that button.
So drop down with your feet, land on the button.
Yeah. Just the Mario approach.
Okay, so suddenly you drop down from the ceiling of the abandoned bear trap factory. You land on the cage release button. The top of the cage that Grim Shadows is in flings open. They jump out onto the top and then they begin running up the chain. They hop over the little fence here. They do a front flip over to the control panel. They land on top of it alongside you. And the pheasant is like, "Ah, curses!" So, Grim Shadows
I
look
hope
at
you
you.
don't mind my dropping in.
So Night Rogue was with you. My bird was plenty informed. Oh.
That's a pretty lame complaint.
Shut up! Minions, destroy Night Rogue. So some of the Bard Grunts are going to begin moving towards you. Grim looks over to you just like, "Nice work, Night Rogue. I've got the pheasant. You take care of them."
Yep. Fee gives a little salute and turns to the incoming mooks.
Okay, roll initiative.
Back to business as usual. Natural 5 for a total of 6.
Right. Let me just add you into the initiative.
Okay.
And then let me make a Bard Grunt base to add that into the initiative. And they rolled an 11.
I think a bard grunt is a... Hey.
The Pheasant and Grim Shadows are not rolling initiative. They're having a climactic cinematic fight sequence pretty much in the background.
Okay.
Right, so the Bard Grunt that is right next to you is going... You okay?
Sorry, that was just because there was a grunt right next to me. Yeah, I'm fine.
Ah.
My character's not fine, but I'm fine.
They pull out a miscellaneous samurai weapon, and as you look across the factory, you see all of them pull out some kind of different ninja/samurai weapon.
Oh no. Badass katanas. The worst kind.
The first one is going to roll a 12 to try to hit your AC.
Yep. My AC is terrible. Yep, meets it, beats it.
Okay, so they hit you. That is going to be... Ooh, nasty. That's 7 damage. Slashing,
Ouch.
if it matters.
It doesn't. That just hurts.
And then the 2 here are going to make their own attacks. They're going to take out vials of acid, and they're going to lob them in your direction. One of them is going to make it a disadvantage, so that's nice. So the first one is a 14. That'll hit.
Yep.
And then the second one, lowest roll is a 9. And I presume that your AC isn't that bad.
Nope. For the one that
Alright.
does hits, can I use... What's it called? Counter shot.
Tell me what counter shot does.
An awe-inspiring skill. You unleash a thrown weapon or arrow, knocking a missile out of the air. When you see a missile from a ranged weapon attack enter the of a weapon you're wielding, use your reaction to deflect it. Use a weapon to make a range attack against an AC equal to the attack roll missile. On a hit, the missile is deflected and misses its target.
Alright, well, that attack roll was 14.
Okay. Do I just have my normal sort of gear here, or?
Yep, you've got your normal gear.
Okay. So, slingshot. And that's going to be +4. That's 14 exactly.
Nice. Yeah, they throw the vial of acid at you, and what weapon are you using to deflect it?
Basically, it's a slingshot. Mechanically, it's I think it's a short bow, but yeah.
Yeah, you just pull your slingshot back, and the vial of acid just slots directly into it perfectly, and you're aiming it back at them.
There. Okay, dream logic.
So now you've got a vial of acid that you can use with that slingshot, I guess.
Huh.
And that is going to be the bard's turns. We move over to... Dun. Oh gosh. Inoltrare
Oh no.
cannot find you.
Aha! I'm not here. I've not been here the
That's how I
whole
get sad.
time.
Oh no, yeah, right. Sorry.
And I'm still not here. Back to Fee.
Yeah, I
It's
wasn't sure
weird
if this
doing
was-
two different combats at the same time.
okay.
Also, Nick, none of us can hear you.
My mute and unmute button is not working for Discord, and this is how I learn.
Alright, Fee, you're up.
Okay. Guess I'm going to summon my twin swords, and I'm going to attack this grunt. Twice. That's a natural 2, but that's still a 10.
Unfortunately, that doesn't hit their AC.
Okay. That's a lot better. That's a 17.
That will hit, so they kind of, duck under the first one, haha! And then as they bring their head back up to gloat, they get hit in the side of the head with the flat side of the sword. Because, Grim Shadows doesn't kill. But it will do the same amount of damage.
That is 9 points of slashing damage then.
Ooh, 9 points of slashing damage.
Or bludgeoning, I guess.
Well, bludgeoning.
I reverse my sword, you'll live.
Yeah, no. They fall over onto the ground, unconscious from that one good hit, and they're out of the fight.
Okay. The activates their stands up, activates their cloak of billowing, and that's their turn.
So it's kind of a come to me situation.
Yes.
Okay,
That, and I don't have any attacks left, so it's not like I can do anything else.
let's hope they don't all have ranged attacks. Inoltrare. Inoltrare is wants to find you, but can't.
Lamau.
So instead, they are going to... Oh yeah, they need to roll to recharge.
Oh no.
It does recharge. Nifty.
Oh no.
They last saw you over here, so they're going to walk over here and look around and try to find you. And as they do, what's a good symbol for it? Probably just this general one. This pile of ropes gets set on fire. And then Tilly, also not knowing where you've gone, is going to go 5, 10, 15. Is going to use Fire Step. And is going to come out of this fire.
Okay.
And then that's going to be them. Inoltrare, it is your turn.
How high are these flames?
Which flames?
The ones, like, up in the north.
Pretty high.
Okay. Alright.
Like, reaching into the sky. This is a dream and things are exaggerated.
Okay. I pop out of existence, pop back into existence 10 feet from where I started. And I say, look, alright, I know you're not me. Kind of look like me, trying to hurt me by saying these things, but even if they're true, you're not true. You're not real. None of this is. Alright? Yes, my parents abandoned me. Yes, it hurts. But out there, for that hole, I have friends. Real friends. Friends who care about me, who pick me up when I fall and graze my knees, who lift me to new heights and who believe in me. So I'm sorry, I know you want me to stay here where you can remind me that I'm not needed, but the truth is I am needed, and the people who need me are through that hole. And I am going to dash and run through the fire.
Before you do that,
Yeah.
could you make me a wisdom perception check and I'd say, yeah, give yourself an expertise die if you don't already have one,
Okay.
because you're really impassioned and like focused in for that speech.
I do not have these die on that, but I do have at least proficiency. So that is 12, 14, 17.
You notice during that speech that when you said, like, even if the things that you're saying are true, all of the fire in this place began to, like, flicker a bit. And then when you were saying, like, I know who I am, I know I live here, I know my parents abandoned me, fire got stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you were saying that you were needed, like, elsewhere outside, it flickered again, like getting a bit weaker.
Okay. I am going to run through the flames, shouting that my friends need me.
Like bread.
You shout, "My friends need me?" And the flames don't change.
I'm still doing it. No, I'm running.
All right. Let's see what happens when you run into fire. You are going to take 2d6 ongoing fire damage. So that's 9 again. Jeez. 4 again.
4 again. Okay.
And it is going to take an action to pat that off. So where did you start?
I started there.
Okay, there. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
And
So
I've used
you're
an
gonna be
action
on
to
your turn.
dash.
Used an action to dash. Okay, so then move your speed again.
5, 10, 15, 20, and then another 5 feet is remaining.
Alright, I will say for purposes of drama that you are at the edge of the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And Nimbus.
Before I end my turn, I'd like to use a minor action to roll, or sorry, a bonus action, wrong edition, to roll a portent.
Okay. What is your portent?
It is a 15, so I'm going to keep that for myself, should I need it.
Alright.
And then I roll a d20 to determine if I blink out of existence. I do. Because I use that immediately, I guess.
Alright, Nimbus. You are floating towards the next pinkish portal. So, what do you think you're gonna find in the Dreamplane?
Oh. Dreams?
Well, yes, dreams, but the Dreamplane changes based on your own subjective experience.
Haha.
And when multiple people are in there at once or in the same place, it gets a bit hectic.
Well, I haven't had that many experiences, so I guess a cave, farm, a beach, a library. You know, I like that library. It was cozy.
Which library?
Had all the books. Where we found this thing.
This is happening in game, by the way.
It like holds out their arm and stuff. Yeah, they add this thing in it. Was in a book for some reason. Oh, that's what we're gonna find in the Dreamplane, the Retractor.
So that's really, yeah. Armament, I suppose, would be the Retractor. Is the library you're talking about one that was underground?
Yeah.
You probably don't want to dream about that place.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna dream about?
I'm not going to be there. I
Oh.
can get you to the Dreamplane, but then there's something else that I need to do.
Ooh, what are you gonna do?
That is something for Felix to know.
You're Felix,
Exactly.
so you do know.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that one of us does.
Looks like this is it.
You reckon it's not going to be like a gobstopper machine or something?
Could be.
I'm going to find out. And he sticks his head in.
You stick your head through, and it's kind of like the astral plane, but there's ground.
Huh.
And it has portals along the ground, but the portals don't look like the portals that you've been seeing up until now. They look a lot more different, a lot more unique, each and every one of them. Yeah, no. That's what you see.
Huh. Pull my head back into the astral plane. Felix, it's a bit... sounds weird. It's full of holes.
Hang on, let me take a look. He pokes his head through. And as he does, do you do it as well?
If there's space for both of us to put our heads through, yeah.
There is ample space.
Cool.
And what once was just this like vast astral plane sky with like an endless running patch of ground. Now that Felix is also here, some trees are beginning to sprout from it. Off at the distance, you see some wizard towers like slowly begin to rise up from the ground. The portals that are littered around stay the same. They don't change.
Oh, Felix, you dreamed of the tower.
And since my dreams are having an unconscious effect here, this is it.
Will those towers disappear when you leave?
Yep, probably. Here's hoping that your compatriots' dreams will be able to level each other out.
Yeah. They don't... I don't know. Are they particularly level people? What do you reckon? Nervous laughter.
Well, I'm not going to be responsible if anything happens.
We'll see you on the other side then, Felix. Thanks for helping me. I don't think I would have known what to do if you hadn't have found me with the wand thing.
He gives you a nod, and then he points to... do you have any kind of like pocket or satchel or something to carry things in?
Yeah, so Nimbus wears a kilt, but he has one of those sporran pouch things that hangs down at the bottom.
Yeah, he points to that, reminding you, just like, remember, keep ringing the bell until they find you. Or you hit them.
Okay.
And then he gives you kind of like a little salute, and he turns around, and he brings his hands together and then opens up a portal. It seems to be at the borders like aged stone pillars with vines crawling around. It seems to be in relatively good condition, except there are a few chips, a few cracks. Along the ground, it's littered with like grass and flowers at the very edges. He steps through that, and then the portal closes up. Congratulations, Nimbus. You are in the Dreamplane.
Wonder where the others are. Reaches into the spar and pulls out the bell and just starts ringing it, like just constantly, not like a dong dong, but just a constant ringing.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wonder where the others are.
Where indeed?
Fee.
I'm in danger.
So, let's see, what is the movement on an average bard grunt? 30 feet, that's pretty average. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Aha! Aha! These are not the sounds that they make. They kind of don't make any sounds. You feel like if they're quiet, then for some reason less production has to happen. So the two that are close to you are going to try to hit you with their miscellaneous samurai weapons.
Any of them have pizza slices?
One of them does.
Are they a tabaxi?
Sure, why not? It's your dream. That's going to be a 10.
If you get the reference, mention it in the chat. 10 misses. Knockdown assault.
Oh, knockdown assault.
Yep, so when you activate this maneuver, you take the attack action and make a melee weapon attack, as well as any additional attacks granted by extra attack. Until the start of your next turn. When you hit with a melee weapon against a creature and deal 8 or more damage, it makes a dexterity saving throw or is not prone.
Oh boy.
So I get to attack for free.
Their dexterity saving throws aren't good.
Yep. So first attack is... Oh, that's another natural 2 for a 9.
Well, that's gonna miss.
Yep. And the other attack is... That's slightly better. That's a natural 12 for a 19.
That'll hit.
7 points of damage. Fortunately, it doesn't activate the effect.
Well, it's still 7 points of damage.
Yep. And that's resolved then.
Yep. And then Numero Dos is going to attack you. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh no.
It's okay, it's just double damage, nothing to worry about. But that is a 12, so...
Ouch.
Yeah. 12 slashing as they get you with the pizza cutter.
Yep, I'm bloodied.
Already?
Yep, I have like 39 HP, and I'm down to 20.
Oh no. Well, let's hope these miss.
You're not
17
bloodied
from
then if
that.
you only have 39 HP and you're down to 20.
Oh, yeah. I'm 1 HP off being bloodied.
That HP might be happening sooner than you think, because this one is going to throw acid at you, and that was a 17.
That hits.
That's 5 acid damage.
Okay, that could have been worse.
And could you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Yep, I don't think it's going to do me much good though. Natural 20.
Alright, you don't take ongoing acid damage. You're able to shake the acid off of you.
That is the result of that is a 19, if that matters.
I mean, no, natural 20 was fine enough.
Okay.
And then we'll have one more acid vial throw with a 16.
That also hits.
Well, that's only 2 acid damage.
Ouch.
But make another Constitution saving throw.
That is a natural 15 for 14.
Okay, you were able to shake that acid off again. You're really tired of him hitting you with acid.
Guess my parents are right. I would be precious to try acid. Is it my turn then?
It now is your turn.
Okay, I guess I'm going to make my first attack against this one.
Okay.
Natural 19 for a 26.
I'd say that'll do it.
Nine points of damage.
Okay, that is 9 points of damage.
And it's not prone. Oh, it's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw. I'll be not prone.
I don't think you'll have to worry about that. Because as you, what weapon are you using? I presume your mirror twin sword?
Yeah, my mirror
it's-
twin swords.
This one?
Yep, this one.
Yeah, you knock them at the feet with the flat side, and then they trip over and bonk their head against this one. They're knocked out. This one has taken some damage. You could say the rest of the damage in this mob.
Ah. Yep. Then comes my second attack against the next one down. Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay, so that is... Remind me, what's crit damage in this? Do I roll the dice twice, or do I roll and then double?
These are really core concepts that we probably should know before it.
Yep. Probably, to be fair, I probably do know, but my brain is cottage cheese right now.
Unfortunately, critical thing doesn't really help. Let's just call it double damage for now.
Okay. So I should just roll damage and then double it.
Yes.
Okay.
Critical hit
22
increases
points
the
of slashing
caused
damage.
by an attack dealing double damage. Okay. So what was that?
22 points of damage.
Ooh, nice. 22 points. So... that will take them down quite considerably. Yeah, you knock that one in the head, and then it knocks this one in the head, and then this one, as it is tripping over after getting knocked in the head, the staff, the shaft of its polearm, trips the other one up, and they fall down, knocking themselves out.
He is going to rush forward to engage the these two then.
Well, hang on, because as you step off of the console, you get about here. Grim Shadows in their fight against the pheasant. They're still on the console. The pheasant is not. has accidentally stepped on a button, and you see that the laser has started beaming down, and it is beginning to open up a portal here. The star is starting to shimmer and shine and like have depth.
In that case, I think I'd better move towards the star.
Grim Shadows looks behind to you and is just like, be careful, Night Rogue. All right. Inoltrare, well, perhaps maybe the last turn for you. Dreamoltrare saw you move into the fire, so they are going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
And Tilly is going to go 5, 10, and then use Fire Step to teleport here. 15. Going to peer over. 20.
Have I ever told you about how you can't kill Inoltrare?
You've mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah.
So that is going to be their turns. You blink back into existence.
I do. Right in the hole, or right over the hole, and I'm going to jump in, but I presume I take some ongoing fire damage first.
Well, yeah, the 4 that you already have, and you have not used an action to take care of.
Yep. Okay. I am finally bloodied.
Right. As you are going through the portal, though, and you're putting together all of the pieces in your head of what's been going on in this dream, make me an Intelligence Arcana check.
Okay. Is it about the planes?
No, but it is about detecting magic.
Don't think that's actually one of mine anymore. Yeah, no. Okay. Nat 20. So 27.
The mist made you more lucid. And in the process gave you a dream where absolutely everything was telling you who you are, where you live, what happened to you. It's not really how dreams are supposed to work. That's not really how the mind is supposed to work. There is some repetitive dreams, but they're not that repetitive. And
I
as
was
you
trying
tried
to tell myself something.
You think rather than trying to tell yourself something, something was trying to tell you something, rather enforce something.
Something wants me to stay in Korakii and not go back. Not find... But why? Well, there's only one way to find out, I guess. I'm gonna need a lot of people's help.
Yes, and as you finish that thought, suddenly you appear in a different plane. What would Inoltrare see? What are your dreams usually like?
Giant boot.
A lot of giant boots begin falling down all of them missing you, but it's terrifying nonetheless.
Oh god, help! Fee, Morgan, Capulet, Utri, Nimbus even.
We're getting the level of trust order.
I'll even take Saw at this point.
Saw does not appear, but through all of the stomping that is being sounded off, you do hear a bell in the distance.
The bell. I gotta go for the bell. Gotta go for the bell.
So you head off for the bell.
I dropped concentration on Blink. I probably used an action to put the fire out.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah. I'll use an action to put the fire out and drop concentration on Blink.
Alright. B, the Bard Grunts continue their approach. And they are all going to take out a vial of acid in a last-ditch effort. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
This one rolled a natural 20.
Oh no.
Counter shot.
Okay, we're counter-shotting.
Okay. I'm going to need a very high roll for this.
You are, actually. That was probably a bad move.
Yeah. I mean, the alternative is doing nothing and taking the hit either way, so...
I suppose.
Natural 7. That's not going to do it.
It won't. So... Oh, well, that was only a 1, so you're taking 2 acid damage.
Okay.
But you will also be making a Constitution saving throw.
Hey. Good news is I'm currently at double-digit hit points.
Nice.
The bad news is that's a 12.
That'll still pass it.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, this one rolls a 17.
That's gonna hit.
For 1 acid damage. Add your Constitution saving throw.
You really want me to take ongoing damage, don't you?
I mean, it's acid.
Natural 18.
Nice. This one rolls a natural 18. Well, not natural 18. It rolled natural 15 for 18. That's going to be 3 acid damage.
I'm down to single digits.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Constitution saving throw.
2.
Oh no.
Oh no, you take 5 ongoing acid damage, but that's going to be like end of your turn. Let's hope for a miss. That's a hit. How much HP do you have right now?
Eight.
That is going to be 6 acid damage. As you begin to stumble and fall through the portal, you collapse on the ground. You're now outside in a sprawling city, kind of like the one that you were in before. And as you collapse to the ground and you feel the acid begin to eat into you, burning through your cloak, the bell falls out as well. And Inoltrare, Nimbus, you've just met up with each other, and then you hear like just almost just like 3 little dings in the distance.
Nimbus, we gotta get to the bells.
Let's go.
Okay, you set off. And I'm going to say Nimbus and Inoltrare, roll me strength athletics.
Ha ha!
I mean, technically, if I've still got a turn, I can take an action to the acid, prevent the ongoing damage, can't I?
You can.
I got a 13.
I'm going to use a spell slot to give myself a portent to see if I can get a better chance of giving myself a high roll.
You have a portent, don't you?
No, I just used it. I used it before to force myself to be in
Oh.
blink mode, so I'm going to use a spell slot. It's fine, I've got plenty of spell slots. I'm going to use a 2nd level spell slot. Okay, that's a 9. I'm sorry, Nimbus, you got a 9. What I got though was a 10. Fuck. Okay, which is a 9. Which is a 9.
It could be worse.
Alright, so Fee, you use an action to kind of like try to shake off the rest of the acid that's on you.
Can I also... Well, I suppose I need to wait for my next turn in this, so
What do you want to do?
basically just cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Inoltrare, Nimbus, as you reach the point where the bell was, Fee, you're noticing that suddenly like a lot of boots are falling down from the ground, and the sky, which was kind of like a purplish twilight, has turned into more of like a vast expanse of stars.
God,
You
they're
know, Troy, I
everywhere.
really think we need to examine your boot dream issue.
Ah.
Wow, it just means Inoltrare's dreams are full of soul.
No good comes from boots.
Yeah, Nimbus and Inoltrare, you happen upon Fee as they are just like casting Cure Wounds on themselves. They're like lying on the ground. Like there are some holes and tatters that are being torn into their Cave of Billowing. Their Cloak of Billowing.
We gotta get out of here. There's so many boots, and the bells are ringing. And the boots.
Lots of holes everywhere too.
So
Those are like
add your
jeans.
Cure Wounds.
Yep. Okay, that's a whole 4 HP. Great.
It'll get you back on your feet. That's what matters.
I mean, I was still on 2 HP, so I was still technically on my feet. Panic.
Come on, Fee, we gotta get you going.
Mechanically, yes, but you took quite the beating in there.
Stop arguing with a
Okay.
mysterious narrator. We gotta go.
Okay, we found each other now. It's all good. Now we just have to find the retractor.
Nimbus, this city that you suddenly find yourself in has a seaside, and you notice that at the seaside there is a cave.
It is not
Oh.
fine, Nimbus. Can't you see the boots?
No, it's fine. Look, there's the beach. There's my cave. Oh, do you reckon there's ice cream?
Why would it be in your cave? I mean,
Because
I
it's the
suppose
beach.
You can't get many boots in a cave. Let's go.
You all rush towards the cave.
I climb on a Fee's back.
Finally, Rito ran forth.
She's
So-
covered in acid and bleeding out.
I am like Yoda there on the back, just holding on.
Recently bleeding out, there's a difference.
Yeah, what's everyone saying I was bleeding out? I wasn't.
Don't tell people that when we get back.
I draw the wand of laundry day and I clean all of the blood and acid from Fee's cloak of billowing.
Okay, you do that. The holes are still there, but they look fabulous. Yeah, you reach the
Thanks, Inoltrare.
you reach the cave. You are safe from the falling boots.
I use my last spell
Outside.
scroll of mending to fix the holes in the cave.
Oh, I can do
Aw.
that myself. But thank you.
It's happened.
What happened to you two? I was just floating in an empty space.
I got in a fight with someone who looked like me. It's not the first time this has happened.
I got into the coolest thing.
Oh,
You went to a cheese shop without me?
No, I was in a Grim Shadows comic. It was great.
Oh,
you two have very interesting dreams.
They say as lifting up their hand, which allows a pretty nasty acid burn on it.
Just a thumbs up. Burn all over the hand.
Inoltrare is also pretty charred.
Have you two been smoking?
I was on fire for a long time, and also weirdly in like the plane of the dead for a little bit.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get in this cave. I don't like these boots.
I like my cave.
Yep, you are now in the cave. I'm going to say you can take a short rest.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations, everybody. You made it to the Dreamplane.
Do I want to take a long rest or should I
Right.
wait? I will wait.
I mean,
I will pop a short. I've got a magic item that lets me do one long rest in the space of a short rest.
okay. Because, like, mechanically, that's the end of the session.
Yeah, does strife affect my spell casting as well?
It
Or is my check?
shouldn't. It should only affect checks.
Okay. So
It
my
may
spell
affect
casting
it
doesn't count as
later
a check.
down the line.
Yeah.
I've gained 4 hit points from rolling 3d6.
Yeah, Strife, you have what?
I was doing a short rest. I rolled 3 of my hit dice and I gained 4 hit points.
Nice, that takes care of one of those ongoing fire damage turns.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
Once you reach
I
Strife,
rolled 4 to get myself back up to 30.
nice.
Gained another 8.
Um,
I'm doing better now.
You want to roll any, Nimbus? I think you took damage at one point.
I think I took 3 damage. What even is my hit dice? I guess might as well, right? My hit dice are d6. Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, it takes to Strife level 4, and then you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws using Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma.
I should be alright for a bit then.
Just don't do it too much.
Oh, that's a nat 6 on the d6.
Nice.
I'm back up to full.
So, the next session will be trying to get to the center of the Dreamplane.
I hope things
Good job,
don't get
all.
any weirder. Inoltrare says before things get a lot weirder.
Yeah, things probably won't get weirder. Boot rain.
Is that the new Elden Ring spin-off?
No, it's a remix of Chocolate Rain.
Oh,
Actually, the Blood Rain developers decided to go in a strange new direction.
Yes, guest director Quentin Tarantino.
Oh no. Oh no. All right. Well, thank you, Pixel, for hosting a fantastic boot-filled session. That was great.
That was fantastic.
That was so wild and so weird. Yeah. Really looking forward to the next one.
And thank you, Inoltrare, who lives in Korakii and was abandoned by his parents at a young age.
Yeah, really hammered that point home.
Yeah, that was great. What's everyone doing next? It's Friday, isn't it? What's everyone doing next week? Before we go, we'll start with you, Bree, because we'll start with Ben. Ben, you always know everything. What are you doing next week?
All right. Well, tomorrow night I am playing Cypher. It's playing a supers game. I'm playing a large rock man made of magma and lava and stuff. That's at 9 p.m. BST over on the Would Be Heroes Twitch channel. And
Nice.
No Lancer next week. Actually, nothing on next week. But the week after that, I'll have the next episode of Cybertopia releasing. We are. We're doing a new group this last couple of weeks, and they are getting into all sorts of gripes, so lots of fun.
Awesome. How about you, Bree?
Okay, so next week, Wednesday, I finished up Chrono Trigger, so I'll probably be throwing up a poll over the weekend to decide what I start streaming next, and whatever wins, that'll be Monday, Wednesday. Thursday, I believe I think there's Lancer.
Yeah, we Lancing.
Yep, we're Lancing. My character in Nyx, and also he's basically in hell,
Oh yes.
and weird things are happening.
Perfect place for us to be. I have a shotgun.
Yep.
We're in hell. It's going to be great.
Yep, just because basically Fan has gone on a road trip with mum and dad, and things are getting weird.
Awesome.
And on Friday, I believe, I think
can
that's something
handle
for Nick
Uplift,
to...
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
Okay. Well, what about you, Pixel? Before I finish up.
I got nothing going on in the next week, but 2 weeks from now, these fools are gonna try and find the Insomnia's Retractor. I know the campaign I'm running.
Hell yeah, we are. We're gonna go into the land of boots.
You say you're going to go into the land of boots. Like, is that next to the land of Tesco's?
It's next to the land of Dora.
Gonna get me a meal deal.
All right.
Yeah,
As
the land of
I think
boots.
the Land of Boots is just called Westminster.
There's just a bunch of like pharmaceutical creams.
Aw. I could go for some of that. I'm hungry. As for me, Lancer, as Bree mentioned, on Thursday and on Friday, it is Uplift Part 4 now? 3! Part 3! Having gotten into a quasi cybersexual relationship with a ketamine addicted werewolf, the party have to now work out what they're going to do next as the US government continues to hunt them. It is parasocial as well. It's cyber parasexual, I suppose, because you keep getting dick pics.
Forgot about all of that. That was a wild game to listen and watch.
Yeah, Uplift is mad. So join us for that on Friday, and yeah, Thursday over on Keith's channel. Awesome Lancer. And also on Tuesday, which for some reason isn't showing up in my calendar, despite being there, I am going to be playing some Earth Defense Force 4.1, The Shadow of New Despair with Iris. It's wild. Imagine the weirdest version of Helldivers, basically. We're saving the world from insects and also now Godzilla. Literally Godzilla. I don't know. I don't know why.
If Godzilla was about, you'd have to save the world from him, unless it's one of the settings where he's saving the world.
It's great. My primary ability is summon a tank. And I have one of those now. And meanwhile, Iris can fucking fly. It's the maddest game. It's really good fun though. I love that. So that's going to be on Tuesday. But yeah. Oh?
Don't forget, that's also your birthday.
No, it's not. Just shut up. I had a birthday.
Yeah.
It was on the 1st
Nick,
of June.
how can you forget
it was
your
lovely.
own birthday? Don't be silly.
Barely anyone wished me a happy birthday on the 1st of June, which was great. I much preferred that. And yeah.
Crumpet Day.
No. All right,
Every
we're
day's
ending.
Crumpet Day.
We're ending here now. Before I don't know. Before I just hit end stream instead of going
Happy
to
birthday!
the outro, because this has been a deeply cursed stream, and I'm sure that something's going to break even more as the longer we stream for. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you for running, Pixel.
Bye.
We'll see you all very soon. Bye.
Have a lovely weekend, chat.
No businesses.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. It's just no outro video, huh? I mean, I told you it was gonna get cursed. Yeah, the outro video is just not playing. Wild. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I've had a wonderful time tonight. Pixel's a fantastic GM, as you can see, and everyone's playing wonderful characters. You can always tell a party is good when they can essentially carry the entire session without the GM really having to interrupt. If anything, the GM has to interrupt to stop them from doing that, and that is definitely the case. With this party and with a bunch of parties that I run for as well, which is always great. Huge thank you to everyone who supports these streams. Their names would be appearing on the left right now if I had a video to run. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's up with that. But yeah, go to ko-fi.com/HisCursedness to get your name not here on the screen, apparently. But a huge thank you to them. I would attempt to do it off of memory, but I will forget people. So we'll just have to pretend they don't exist this time. Sucks to be you. But yeah, I'll see you all very, very soon. Have a wonderful weekend.